good to be true. So everyone out there in radio land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
You showed out on Saturday for Game 1. Be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs.
No rest for the Wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Not the boring, generic milquetoast stuff coming from the network in Connecticut.
I describe him as the best, obviously.
Cattles.
He throws it out there, speaks his mind. That's cool.
And Ramie.
He's supposed to make people laugh. He's just an expert at it.
Cattles and Ramie.
Live and local in the afternoon.
Sactown Sports.
Well, I made it. Uh-oh. I don't hear you. Here we go. We're off and running. Hopefully people can hear Ramie. I can't hear him. Hopefully he can hear himself.
Check.
Hey, there you are. Mic check already. No matter whether we're in the studio or on the road, mic check city from you.
I didn't know I had to turn on my own mic out here. I had no idea. Nobody told me that.
I will tell you, I don't know how many rules of the road I broke to get here with a couple of minutes left to spare. I broke every single one of them. Hopefully I don't get in trouble by any cameras or anything. But, hey, happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for being with us. As always, it is much appreciated. Cattles and Ramie here live at DOCO getting ready for Game 2. And Ramie, Game 1.
Oh, man.
Everything that we wanted to see, I think. It was back and forth. It was high scoring.
Oh, man.
It was nip and tuck. And before the series began, Ramie, you and I did this segment on the show last week asking which King had the most to prove. Both of us agreed that it was De'Aaron Fox. In night one, De'Aaron Fox proved an awful lot, 38 points, 5 dimes, 4 of 8 from 3, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Here was Harrison Barnes on his teammates Saturday night.
I expect nothing less. I mean, there's probably a lot of people, around the country who haven't necessarily been tuned into Kings games, but that's who he is for us. He steps up in big moments all season long. He's poised, makes big shots, big plays defensively. So, it was great to see him in that moment.
Ramie, what a performance by Fox on Saturday.
Just incredible. And what we've seen all season, Nick. You know what I mean? But you never know till you know if a guy's going to do it in the playoffs.
Yep.
And, man, did he 15 of their 35 points in the fourth quarter, Nick. 29 of his 38 points on the night were in the second half. Are you aware, Nick Cattles?
Am I aware?
That De'Aaron Fox came just 4 points short of setting the scoring record for a playoff debut?
Had no idea.
The man was just on fire. It was incredible. And it was the first. Did you also know this, Nick Cattles? The first time in their last 10 games that he's made 4 3-pointers. We've talked about his struggles from the 3-point line all night long. And some of that, and Steve Kerr admitted this after the game, was them going, hey, De'Aaron Fox is a 32% free throw shooter. If he's going to beat us from 3, he's just going to beat us from 3. And they were giving him some of those, and he was making them pay. And that was just one of a number of ways that he made him pay all night.
Going into this series, again, we knew it was going to be super tight. We knew this was going to be back and forth. It was going to be offensively high-powered. One of the things that we mentioned, aside from Fox having to be that guy to prove himself and prove it to the world that he can be a 1A in a playoff series, that he can be a 1A and do something against a team that has one of the best players in the world in the opposition. And that's what he did on Saturday, Ramie. He canceled Steph Curry out. And if you tell me that De'Aaron Fox can cancel out Curry through the rest of this series, you have to feel really, really freaking good if you're the Kings.
Yeah, you said on Friday when you picked the Warriors.
That's right.
Because you're a Grinch. You said on Friday, and I couldn't really, I had to admit, there wasn't a lot I could push back on when you made this point, because it's a point I often make. The Warriors have the best player in the series. Or at least that's what we thought coming into this series. That's what we think still. One game isn't going to change my mind that De'Aaron Fox is better than the guy that revolutionized the game with the way that he shoots the basketball. But if over the course of 7 games, Nick, more times than not, De'Aaron Fox turns out to be the better player on the floor, Kings are winning this series, man. You know what I mean? Because it often does come down to who's the best player in a 7-game series. And in game 1, De'Aaron Fox was the best player on that floor.
Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports on a Monday here at DOCO, getting ready for Game 2 against the Warriors of this playoff series. And Ramie, one thing I did mention last week when we talked about Fox and what he was going to be able to do in this series, one of the things that made me feel really good about his ability to score in the postseason is the fact that he is just an absolute killer from the mid-range. He can get to the mid-range easily, and he can score from the mid-range easily. And that shot, I don't know if it's going to be the case tonight, but in Game 1, Ramie, that shot from the mid-range, 15 to 18 feet, it was there all night long for Fox. And aside from knocking down those threes, he got it cooking a little bit from the mid-range. And I don't know what the Warriors are going to do to combat that, because he's so quick to get to the spot, and he is so clean shooting those shots.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I have no reason to believe he won't continue to get that, Nick. You know what I mean? The three-pointers, I don't know if he'll keep hitting threes at that clip. He's a 32% free throw shooter. I just told you that was the first time in 10 games he hit 4 3-pointers in 1 game. So I don't know if that'll keep up. But the mid-range stuff, I keep saying it, man. And now we've literally played an entire NBA season. Everything kind of is what it is at this point. And De'Aaron Fox is an absolute killer in the mid-range, and De'Aaron Fox is an absolute killer in the clutch and in the fourth quarter of basketball games. There's no denying that.
And we get wrapped up in the offense for all the good reason, right? This offense has been historic all year long.
Yeah, man.
Golden State's offense is ridiculous. We expect this to be an offensive series, but don't get it twisted. One of the major aspects of Saturday night, even though Curry played pretty well, was Fox's defense on Curry. That's going to be a nonstop narrative of this series. Can Fox slow Curry down? Can he stay with Curry? Not only in Game 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7. Is Fox capable of doing that? Here was Mike Brown on Foxy's defense Saturday night.
Well, first of all, he's embraced it. He knows that he has to be able to do that in order for us to attain or achieve our goal. He's got to be a two-way player if he expects at all, at any time, to win a championship, and he's got to do it at a high level. He was really good tonight. You know, we try to give him a rest from time to time by throwing Davion in the game and letting Davion chase Steph around. We also mixed in a little bit of zone and boxing one, and we're going to have to keep trying to mix it up, you know, throughout the course of the game. But he's going to have to be not only elite for us offensively, but elite defensively. And that's what an all-star does. That's what a first, second, third team all-NBA player does. They rise to the moment, especially when the moment's really big.
Coach Brown working on that gum again in the postgame. What is going on? Very good defense, though. Very good defense.
I couldn't hear it. I had wind blowing in my ear. I didn't hear it.
I could hear it.
Really?
But he showed, the first playoff game of his NBA career. Again, will he show up for the moment? He showed up for the moment. He showed poise. And he told the basketball world on Saturday, look, I know you're doubting me. I've never been in an NBA postseason, but put those doubts away because I can handle my business. I can get the job done. It doesn't matter if it's game 50 of the regular season or game 1 against the defending champions in the postseason.
Man, and covering Steph Curry, playing defense on Steph Curry is about, and I know I'm stating the obvious here, but about as tough an assignment as you can get. And I don't know, one of the 100 articles I was reading this morning, Nick, about that game and this series this morning, one of them had a video embedded, and I had not seen this story before, of J.R. Smith recalling Matthew Dellavedova covering Steph Curry for that final series between the Cavs and the Warriors. And Matthew Dellavedova literally had to get an ice bath up to his neck and then was taken on a stretcher to the hospital to be treated for cramps and dehydration from chasing that dude around the basketball court all night long. And he did De'Aaron Fox, that is, did as good a job as you're going to ask somebody to do in keeping up with that dude, both the speed and the stamina of Steph Curry all night long, man. That's as tough an assignment as you're going to draw. Honestly, the more they can put Davion Mitchell and other guys on that to save De'Aaron Fox for the offensive end is better with me, but he's going to have to chase that dude around for big portions of the game, big minutes, and he did as good a job as he could ask somebody to do on Saturday.
Through the first half, it was like Fox was feeling himself out, feeling the postseason out, trying to figure out how intense it was going to be, how physical it was going to be. And once he kind of gathered that intel, second half, he forced himself upon that game, and the Warriors had absolutely zero answer. We want your thoughts on Game 1 from Saturday night. We're here at DOCO getting you ready for Game 2. 916-339-1140 is the text line. The phone number is 1-800-920-1140. Of course, you can join us on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We are efforting to get that video up and running for you. It should be good to go soon. Your thoughts on Game 1 against the Warriors on Saturday night as we get ready also for Game 2. JJ tells me Jim Jackson is supposed to be joining us here in about 15 minutes. But before we get to that, in 90 seconds, Fox wasn't the only UK fella to light it up on Saturday night.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors.
Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C with Linzess. Then you can start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by RC Willey Home Furnishings. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to a new work and school week. Looks like it'll be a cloudy start to the day. Temperatures a bit cooler with highs in the mid-60s. It'll be occasionally breezy this afternoon with overnight lows in the 40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
One brings Makloff magic, while the other,
We're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Is that our guy? That's our guy, isn't it? Mr. All Red Everything? Smoking a cigar?
Oh, is that who that? Yeah, that is him, isn't it?
Yeah, Mr. All Red.
Hey.
There he is. There he is.
Oh,
Getting after me. Yeah, this is just talking, mate. This is natural. It's fine.
Being in the moment. We're on the scene, baby. Golden One Center. You can see it on YouTube.
Mr. All Red Everything is here, and he was getting on me. I was trying to wipe down the headset before I came on. Didn't quite work because the Lysol wipes that I brought, Ramie.
Oh, empty?
Dry, bro.
Oh.
Dry.
Yeah,
Nothing.
those are dry.
Nothing. So that's not going to help out. Maybe for I don't know if you want to put it up to your nose as Kleenex.
I don't.
Might be a little dangerous.
Yeah, that feels like you'd be inhaling chemicals.
So YouTube is fired up now. We got the video so you can see handsome Ramie.
What's up?
All that you want there. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Don't forget to join us. Give us that like, the thumbs up. We've got 18 thumbs up. We're live at DOCO getting you ready for Game 2 of Warriors-Kings. Jim Jackson scheduled to be joining us in about 15 minutes, so you don't want to miss that. I'm going to try to get to your comments on the YouTube. It's pretty difficult, though, given the setup. I'm going to try my best to hop in there every once in a while and see what you guys are saying. TCG says he'll be here in a few hours. So, Ramie, I know you're waiting for TCG. You got a couple hours left.
Ran into Simone on Saturday.
Oh, I know. Simone sent the group text picture of her at TCG. Indeed. So
I tell you, I saw Simone's family get booed out here on Saturday.
What, they acting a fool? Why were they getting booed?
We were right there, right?
Was Mama acting a fool?
No, we were right up there at the top of the escalators, and Simone's aunt walked by, just happenstance. Was it aunt and cousins, Simone? It was aunt and cousins? Okay, so it was her aunt and some cousins. And, they got excited. They saw each other for the first time in a while. They hugged. They screamed. And her whole family was wearing Golden State Warriors gear, Nick.
Oh, boy.
And they drew attention to themselves being loud. And the entire upper deck up there, up at those escalators, booed Simone's entire family. Simone was trying to calm them down, and it was not working. It was not working.
By the way,
yes,
Greg Hyatt says he is the creeper sitting next to the tent. He's here. Is that Greg?
Is that Greg? Shout out Greg Hyatt.
Shout out to Greg Hyatt. Well, Ramie, we were talking about De'Aaron Fox for good reason. He was the story of Game 1, but not far behind was his guy from UK. I mean, what we saw from Malik Monk was truly as good, if not even more impressive than Fox, given he's coming off the bench, and you never know how somebody's going to parachute into a series. But Malik Monk was absolutely freaking terrific. I thought he was tremendous on Saturday night, giving the Kings everything they could ever ask for. 32, 3-2. He shot 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. The most telling stat in the entire game from Malik Monk on Saturday, free throws. My man went to the line 14 times and made all 14 free throws. Here was Monk in the postgame.
Yeah, man, that was my reason coming here, to change the culture with my homie, man. And we knew we had a great chance as soon as I came here. We just had to be together. We stayed together all year. We laugh, have fun, and I think that's why we just out there together and never get down. But yeah, man, it was fun, man. The environment was so great. The fans are great, and I can't wait to play again Monday.
Ramie, we've talked about Monk, and is Monk gonna Monk, going the full Monk, the up and down nature of his game offensively. What I love the most, again, the 14 free throws. That's because of his shot profile. He wasn't forcing threes. He wasn't settling for threes. He was taking it to the bucket time and time and time again and making Golden State pay.
He was attacking, and they needed it, Nick. And we're going to talk about Keegan and Kevin Huerter later. They're going to need better from those guys if they're going to win this series.
No doubt.
With the game that those two guys had, you absolutely needed that from Malik Monk in a number of ways, just to supplement the lack of points, scoring, offensive production from those two guys, but also from a game plan standpoint, they dedicated themselves to taking away that dribble handoff between Domas and Keegan, Domas and Kevin Huerter, and Domas and Malik Monk, and they had to find another way to score. And it was in attacking the rim, both him and De'Aaron Fox drawing those fouls or just getting the buckets, and he absolutely delivered in a must deliver situation for the Kings on Saturday night, man. And like you said, you just never know. I mean, Jay Triano told us sometimes you don't know what team he's playing for. You know what I mean?
we knew who he was playing for on Saturday night. That was for damn sure.
Quite clear who he was playing for on Saturday night, man. That was an amazing performance.
And you mentioned it, Ramie. He really covered for Keegan and Kevin Huerter. Both of those guys struggled. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But because of Keegan's struggles, because of Huerter struggling, you needed points from somebody. And Malik gave you all of that, giving you 32, just a tremendous performance. And what I'm really interested in seeing is how the athleticism will pay dividends in the rest of this series for Malik. Because what Malik realized, and he realized it quickly, the guys that are in this game, especially at the rim, Kevon Looney, for example. Looney was, really good against Domas, but he's not a shot blocker. He's not super athletic at the rim. And Monk felt that early on in this game and realized, hey, man, if I attack with my athleticism, Looney can't do anything about it because I can literally rise above him and finish at the rim. I would expect Malik to continue to attack the bucket if Kevon Looney is in the game.
Or for Steve Kerr to change his game plan and change his rotations. You won't see as much Kevon Looney. In that case, it should be a field day for Domantas Sabonis. So it's a case of pick your poison. Or as Mike Brown described it after the game, he said it's like a game of whack-a-mole. Every time you solve one problem, another one pops up.
Yeah.
And that goes for both teams. So if they want to commit a little bit more or change their lineups to compensate for what we saw from Malik Monk on Saturday, then it probably opens things up for Domas.
Yeah, and a special shout-out to Trey Lyles, too. I mean, we got to mention him here for a minute and what he was able to do, knock down several shots, knock down some threes, and really kind of space the floor for the Kings coming off the bench. Yep. And we mentioned, Lyles post-shoulder problem. He wasn't the same guy, but the last week of the season, he started to make shots, and you hoped that would transition itself into the postseason. For at least game one, it did. Here was Harrison Barnes shouting out the bench on Saturday night.
Man, shout out to our bench. I mean, Malik, Trey, Davion, Alex Lynn. I mean, I think everyone just coming in, giving us great minutes was huge for us. I mean, we talked about doing it by committee coming in this game. We knew that they would, obviously, a great offensive team. We knew we had to throw a lot of different bodies and a lot of different people, different matchups, and I thought those guys came in and gave us a huge lift tonight.
Ward, by the way, saying we look so much better in natural light.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been told that before. Actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's a common thing?
All the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe I don't look as pale.
That's probably it.
Natural light with the little 10.
You put on some SPF today?
No, I did not. I'm under 10. I'm fine. Should be good. Yeah, as long as I stay away from it. All right. By the way, Hernan in Florida. Not sure how many fans the Kings have here in Argentina. Here is one. Go Kings. So Hernan FL.
Is he in Florida? Or
well, it was Hernan FL.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking Florida, but he says he's in Argentina. So maybe he's from Florida, but living in Argentina. I have no idea. Baby. I don't know Hernan well enough.
Camels and Ramie.
Maybe he can give me a call or a text and let me know. Steve Hatch, Nick is so tall. No. I'm guessing that's a joke. I'm the furthest from being a tall person.
Maybe it's the way you're sitting. Because like the natural light. Yeah, you know what? You sit up much higher in these chairs than I do. I'm more of like a slouch, sit back.
You have awful posture. I don't have good posture, but you have awful posture.
Terrible sitting posture. Standing posture is okay. Sitting posture is a mess.
I mean, standing posture is weird. You just got to stand straight. Who doesn't stand straight?
I used to hunch.
Like the humpback at Notre Dame?
I used to hunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not great.
You got to put the shoulders back, chest out.
That's not great. We're scheduled to have Jim Jackson join us coming up. Let's see if he lied to us or not. It's coming up next.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by RC Willey Home Furnishings. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Welcome to a new work and school week. Looks like it'll be a cloudy start to the day. Temperatures a bit cooler with highs in the mid-60s. It'll be occasionally breezy this afternoon with overnight lows in the 40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
New flooring instantly updates a room. RC Willey has an incredible selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate. Their experts will help you find the perfect floor for your home and schedule a free in-home measure. Shop RC Willey in Elk Grove or Rockland today.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door. Thunder, Feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A,
Chris Young,
Brett Eldridge,
and so many more.
plus a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $80. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort, Hanley's Western Wear, and Quick Hot Car Wash.
Depression, anxiety, and trauma can happen to anyone. You aren't alone. 1 in 5 of us will have a mental health issue in our lifetime. And just like other illnesses, people who get support and treatment find healing and hope. Check in with someone you're worried about. And if you're feeling pain, ask for help. There's no shame in taking care of yourself or the people you care about. Be there for someone who's hurting, even if that someone is you. Learn more at StopStigmaSacramento.org.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Truck season savings extended at Maida Chevy in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Got a huge selection of new 2022 and 23 half-ton Silverados in stock, ready to go. Find your savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs.
No rest for the wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Live at DOCO, Cattles and Ramie on this Monday. Thanks for joining us as always. Waiting to hear from Jimmy Jackson. Jimmy's supposed to be joining us here in a minute or two from TNT. Be calling the game. Should be a great atmosphere here tonight. I mean, Saturday was just absolutely tremendous. Want to remind you that the first round playoff coverage here on Sactown Sports brought to you by National Garage Door. National Garage Door, quality doors, quality people. Let's see what people are saying on the YouTube chat. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Swing on by. When you do, give us that thumbs up. It's always appreciated. Love those thumbs up. Loves those likes. Cole G calling out Tony Dogs. Says, no Tony Dogs today. Interesting that when the Kings lost,
silent.
Tony Dogs would be on.
But now he's
the
quiet.
Kings win.
Crickets.
Dogs MIA.
Crickets.
I don't think that's a coincidence whatsoever.
Dog's not barking.
Dwayne Baker going home and putting up purple string lights on the house to go with my flag this afternoon. Not bad.
I've seen a lot of purple lights hanging around town.
Not bad at all.
I like it.
I live in suburbia. Not much.
Nobody putting up purple out there?
No. No.
Yeah, you're almost in Warriors country.
Smokey with the Bear says, Kings fan from Dayton, Ohio. Let's go. 2-0 tonight. So we've got a fan from Argentina
to Ohio, baby.
That's what this Kings team's all about. That's
Yes,
what this
sir.
Kings fan base all about. Monty Macon Mitch says Kings also led in those three telling categories that have been tailored to their best wins this season. And Monty Macon Mitch has been on this all year long. Says offensive rebounds, points in the paint, and second chance points. Yes, all of those are critical to their success. I know, Ramie, you want to talk about rebounding and transition and what you saw on Saturday.
Remember we had our finish this sentence game?
We did.
On Friday?
We did.
And I said shoot more shots?
Yes.
And by that I meant take advantage of any turnover opportunities they might give you and win the rebounding battle. They had 98 shots to the Warriors' 90 shots on Saturday. They had 32 free throws to the Warriors' 27 free throws on Saturday. By my calculations, Nick Cattles, that's more shots that the Kings shot on Saturday night. And quite frankly, they needed it because the Warriors were shooting at a better clip when you look at the percentages. And that's what I was saying coming into the game, Nick. And they averaged 1.24 points per possession on 47 transition opportunities, 17 offensive rebounds for 21 second chance points. That is literally the difference in this game because the Warriors all but shut down the Kings half-court offense. They had 0.95 points per possession in the half-court. They couldn't do a lot in the half-court and with the dribble handoff and the usual sets that they're used to working with. It came down to those second chance points, those transition points, shooting more shots than the Warriors. It's something they're going to need to do all series.
Yeah, those guys are just, those numbers are just astronomical. 17 offensive rebounds, 21 second chance points, as you mentioned. You have those kinds of numbers. They're going to be incredibly difficult to beat if that's what we are, that's what we have going on with the Kings. If you get those kinds of numbers, you're going to win most of these games. I will have one more.
We got Jim Jackson.
Do we?
Yeah, I think I heard Nate say we have Jim Jackson.
All right. Well, let's go to Jim Jackson then. Jimmy Jackson joining us here on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Jimmy, thanks for joining us. Cattles and Ramie here at Sactown Sports. Let me ask you first your thoughts on De'Aaron Fox's performance in his first playoff game in the NBA.
First of all, thank you guys for having me. And it was an awesome game. As far as D5, I think he's been growing to this situation over the years of understanding how to play at a high level and how to impact the game, not just from scoring. I think a lot of the adversity that he and the team has been through has prepared him for the moment that he faced against the Warriors, in game one. And I thought he handled it from a maturity perspective the way a veteran point guard is. He set his teammates up. He analyzed situations on when he needed to score, when he needed to pass. And when it came down to making game-winning plays, he was able to do that either from the free throw line, being able to counter Golden State's runs, or setting up his teammates for success. So I just love the maturity that he showed.
All season long, he was the most clutch player in the NBA, and he's probably taken home the inaugural Jerry West Clutch Player of the Year award. But I said to my broadcast partner here to open the show, I was pretty sure that would translate to the playoffs, but you don't know until you know. Jimmy, did you have any doubt or question whether that clutch player we saw all season long would show up for the playoffs?
No question. And clutch can be defined in a number of different ways. Because when we think about clutch, we always think about scoring the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
if you look at, and this is another example of what in the LA Clippers Phoenix game, Russ didn't shoot the ball well, but in those clutch moments, he came up with defensive plays that ensured that the Clippers would win the game. With De'Aaron, he's able to score and still impact the game by the way he pushes the ball. He pushes pace. He allows his team to get in situations to be able to get some easier baskets. And then when he's able to get a shot, especially in that mid-range, he's able to knock it down. And we saw what he did when under pressure at the free throw line. But not surprised.
Jimmy Jackson with us here on Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports, calling the game for TNT. Jimmy, I found it interesting the way that the Warriors defended Domas on Saturday night. They had Kevon Looney sag off of him, and then with the DHOs, they had an off-ball defender kind of blitzing that guy who was set to get the handoff from Domas. Domas, as we know, struggled 5 of 17 from the field. If you're the Kings, how do you combat that tonight?
Movement. Maybe you drop that DHO a little bit lower. Now you can hit like a short roll on that for Domas. Now he's closer to the basket. He doesn't have to kind of negotiate the lane as much now as 1 or 2 dribbles. He's into a shot. But this is the beauty about the playoffs, and you guys can understand this by watching. It's the adjustments that you make from game to game. The defensive coverages may be the same by Golden State in game 2. So we'll see if the adjustments are now made with those dribble handoffs you talked about to bring it a little bit lower. Maybe do it in the middle of the court, free throw line extended to get Domas a little bit closer to the rim. But Domas has to understand that he plays with so much power and force that sometimes he has to finesse his way in order to get the shots and be as effective. I think he was absorbing so much contact and looking for contact that a lot of the concentration on the shots were left short, and hence he wasn't making the field goals inside that we're accustomed to him seeing.
How important was it for the Kings specifically, being the inexperienced team, the underdog somehow, even though they're the 3 seed, to take game 1 in this series?
Very important from a mental perspective, because this is Golden State, the reigning champions. You have Steph, Clay, Draymond, Devon, a bunch of playoff experience. And the beauty about the game is that the moment didn't overwhelm a team with very little playoff experience outside of Harrison Barnes, Domas a little bit, and a couple other players. So the poise to me was very important. In particular, being down at halftime, being able to make the run in the third quarter. They won that quarter by 7 points, and then they won the fourth quarter. Being down 10 points, they could have easily collapsed, but they did not. They kind of went back to the basis of who they are, and that showed a great level of maturity.
Double J, man. Jay here, brother. I just want to make sure, because you one of my guys, man, my guys, one of my favorite Sacramento guys, and I just want to make sure that everybody gets this, man, because you were here for many opportunities, many times of the downtime. But, man, just speak to walking through Sacramento, walking downtown, and what this means to you as a former Sacramento King, man, from somebody that's from Sacramento who looked up to what you did. I just want to make sure that you get that out there too, man.
When I came into the league, Sacramento was a tough ask in regards to winning. Because back in the day with Arco Arena, the Thomas wasn't built out. It was just kind of out there on the island by its own. It was dark at night, not winning a lot of games. But you knew the spirit of the fan base was behind the Kings. They just needed a product they could be proud of. And once that happened and the tables turned, you know, with the era with Vlade and Doug and Christie, C-Webb and Asia, that whole thing that allowed the fans to really be a participant in that success. And watching it from afar, it was like amazing. But then to be able to participate myself in it and feel the passion from the fans, it was amazing. And actually, Jay, I think I told you this before, playing in Sacramento just that 1 year brought the love of the game back to me. The spirit of the game, the passion of the game, because of not only the great teammates and coaching staff that I was a part of, but because of the acceptance of the fan base and being a part of something special, bro. So I'm loving everything about what's going on, and I'm so happy for Mike Brown as well.
Jimmy, thanks for your time. I know you're busy today calling the game tonight. We appreciate you, and hopefully this game is as good as the one was on Saturday night that you get to call tonight.
But I hope it's even better.
There goes Jimmy Jackson joining us. Of course, get the call on TNT, former King. Great things to say about Sacramento and this fan base. All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. E40 gets tossed and more coming up.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
We all know the pain of being stuck in the past. But with Roseville Electric, you can get current. Roseville Electric provides you with clean, reliable electric solutions for your home or business. Whether you're looking to go electric, reduce your carbon footprint, or simply save on your monthly energy bill, Roseville Electric has a solution for you. For more info, visit getcurrentroseville.com today.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Elk Grove Honda, we'd like to help you purchase your next new Honda. Right now at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a regular basis, including the newly designed CRV, new design Accords, exciting Civics, and much more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory offers choices there as well. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Quick Quack Car Wash is a proud partner of the Sacramento Kings and congratulates them on making the playoffs. To celebrate, Quick Quack is giving you the chance to win a free year of car washes. That's right, get your ride washed anytime you want for an entire year for free. Just text KHTK to 41284. That's KHTK to 41284 for your chance to win. Quick Quack Car Wash, where you can wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy fast service in under 3 minutes.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
I just noticed Yoda behind us. Got the
back there in the background.
Yeah, Thunderbird on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Make sure you give us that thumbs up, that like. Yoda staring at me. LOL. back in the bushes, back in the trees. Yoda with us. Of course, we had to take Yoda. Simone had to grab Yoda.
Had to come along.
We knew that was going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Our friend Greg Hyatt also checking in. Just talking to him off the air, and Greg saying he forgot his sunscreen at home. He's going to pay for it. Not great. Not great at all. Hopefully the clouds come in and help Greg out a little bit. Text line.
Told you should have that SPF.
916-339-1140. We don't even know how to lose in the playoffs. Kings haven't lost a playoff game in 17 years. Let's continue the streak. Indeed. That's great. Great text from the text line there. 916.
It's been a long time since they lost in the playoffs.
339-1140. So before we get to some of the takeaways from the Eastern Conference playoffs over the weekend, E40 was ejected Saturday night, Ramie. And E40 said there was racial bias that played a role. The Kings are investigating. Mark Spears talked to some people trying to figure out what happened. And the story is that E40 would not sit down, apparently. He had great seats. He was like on the floor. He would not sit down. People around him were asking if he could sit down, if he wouldn't mind sitting down. And he wasn't having it. There are some people I saw, on Twitter, take it for what it's worth, that their firsthand account was that E40 got a little loud. It got a little rude, got a little belligerent there, and that's why he was kicked out. But again, Kings investigating. I guess maybe we'll get the story in full at some point, but that's what's been going on.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate scene, man. And yeah. I know he's a Golden State Warriors fan, and Jay put him out there on Friday revealing he was a lifelong Kings fan before the Warriors, were good. But I mean, that's and if that's it, Nick, that he was, man. If a guy is standing for a game, I've always thought let him get into the game. You know what I mean? I understand he's blocking people sitting behind him. His story is people were heckling him throughout the game.
Yeah, and Roy in the YouTube chat says that woman was out of line and very racist. I haven't seen anything.
See it. I haven't seen any video. I haven't heard any firsthand accounts.
The video was when security came up and pulled him. I don't know what was said from the other people involved. Again, all I know is I saw some people on Twitter that said they were sitting near there and they had pictures to show that they were close to the situation and said that, E40 just wouldn't sit and it got a little amped up on each side. So, again, I don't know. We'll see if the investigation bears any fruit and we get any more facts on what actually happened. But I don't think E40 will be here tonight. Meanwhile, East takeaways, Ramie, quickly. The Heat beat the Bucks. Obviously, the biggest story coming out of this game is Giannis being hurt. Coach Bud today said his tests came back clear. Sounds like he's optimistic Giannis will be back, but it was a great start for the Heat to win Game 1 in Milwaukee.
That was an ugly fall, man.
Yeah.
That was an ugly fall he took in that game, and I mean, no Giannis. That's not just a series changer. That's a playoff changer.
No
this
doubt.
is something that keeps him out for a while. So we'll see. That was a nasty fall. I know that his test came back negative, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's 100% and ready to go.
Oh, I'm sure he's not doing jumping jacks and handsprings today. I'm sure he doesn't feel great. But, yeah, I mean, look, even if he's limited, Ramie, like Miami's that kind of team. They grind games out, and Jimmy Butler gets going. Like, even if you're talking Giannis at 70%, that series gets tight all of a sudden instead of kind of like a walkthrough for Milwaukee. So we'll keep an eye on that. Elsewhere, the Seas beat the Hawks on Saturday afternoon. Derek White was the X factor. He was tremendous. He had like 24 points. The biggest issue for the Celtics, it seems like, moving forward is Jaylen Brown's hand. That cut on his hand in the webbing busted open during the game. He said that it was a little uncomfortable handling the basketball, so we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, Trae Young was god-awful. He was god-awful on both ends. He was awful from three. He did not even want to play defense. And if you go back, his last 5 or 6 games in the postseason, he's been just woeful from three-point land. And if Trae Young can't get it going, the Hawks are in deep, deep trouble.
That'll be light work for the Celtics. I was doing my taxes while that game was going on.
There you go.
You know, I had the game on in the background, and you get like into the taxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, a lot of numbers and everything. I turned around, they were up by 30. Man, I was like, good God, what just happened here?
I thought you saw the very best and also the not so good from the Celtics in one game. That like the first half is flawless basketball, frankly. Second half, they let go of the rope, play a little sloppy, they play slower, they let the Hawks get within 12. They were able to keep the distance, but I don't think this series is a sweep. I know some people are coming out of that game one saying, oh, sweep city. I've seen too much of the Celtics. They play with their food sometimes.
I'm going to say 5 at the most.
Finally, 76ers beat the Nets on Saturday as well. Now, what was interesting about this, Ramie, was the Nets came out right away and all throughout the game said, hey, we're going to double Joel Embiid, and we're going to keep doubling him. We'll take the basketball out of his hands. I think he only took 7 shots in the first half. He was not your usual MVP-like Joel Embiid. I would expect the Nets to continue to do this. I would not be surprised if the Nets can win a game or two if the 76ers don't shoot the way they did on Saturday. The reason why they won that game was because they were lights out from 3.
Yeah, and that's like we were talking about with the Kings, Nick. When they shut down Domas, you have to find other ways to score. When they take away certain things, you have to find other ways. The Sixers, they needed those threes because of the pressure that they were putting on Joel Embiid and the struggles that he had in that game. So
and also Mikal Bridges needs to keep it going. He had 23 in the first half. He had like 7 in the second half. He's got to keep being aggressive with his offense if they want any chance to beat Philadelphia. 916-339-1140 is the text line. 1-800-920-1140 is the phone number. Don't forget youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Swing on by. Give us that thumbs up. Trying to get to 100 likes.
We can do that.
Trying to get to
come on, baby.
Yeah, trying to get to 100 here in the next hour or so. Yoda behind us, peeping over the shoulder.
I got Yoda.
So when you see Baby Yoda, send a shout out to Baby Yoda as always. Good stuff happening live here from DOCO, getting ready for Game 2. Should be a good one. Coming up next, where Domas' struggles on Saturday, an aberration.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Is there anything more boring than marathon coverage? There's like the 1,000 people running, and there's like the one guy that like sprints.
Yeah, I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
no, you're not.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, he's like 90th. Show that. In fact, what they should do, they should show marathon coverage and NASCAR coverage simultaneously. And when the marathon is 10 minutes into marathoning, go to the NASCAR. And then after 10 minutes of NASCAR, go back to the marathon.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
And brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with the set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take all that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, no realtor commissions. Go to bridgehavenhomes.com. That's bridgehavenhomes.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Golfers, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is redefining the word sale. With $500,000 in Cleveland, Strixon, and Zexio closeout inventory, you're sure to find your next nearly new showroom clubs at discounts up to 75%. From full sets of irons to metalwoods to wedges, visit the Hagen Oaks Garage Sale and find discounts up to 75% on selected clubs right now at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento Playoffs.
No rest for the wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Manny Too Legit in the YouTube chat. 4 more hours. Let's go. Cattles and Ramie here live from DOCO with you, getting you ready for Game 2 of
Business
Warriors
picking
Kings tonight at Golden One. Should be a fantastic night. Loud environment and atmosphere. Obviously, Saturday night, Sacramento on the map, no doubt, in the NBA. I was getting texts from people about how great the crowd sounded. Did not know Sacramento was this good. Had no idea the Kings were this good. So it was a fantastic Saturday night. Now let's see what they do to back that thing up on this Monday night, Game 2.
They got the metal detectors out there.
Yeah.
They're testing the light show inside Golden One Center. They are firing things up out here, baby. Let's go.
We've got lots of police up front, looks like.
We're giving out purple towels out here. Those will be good to wave around
We
during
have
the
the
game.
KSS event team out here.
Police presence. There's a police presence on site.
Firefighters walking around. Lots going on right now.
Lot going on.
Lot going on right now.
Going on.
All right, let's talk about Domas, Ramie. I made a plea to Domas last week, and I said, be aggressive. Be aggressive, Domas.
Aggressive.
Yes.
Yes.
Go to the bucket. Be aggressive. Take shots. I don't want to see any nights where you're taking 7 shots, 8 shots. Well, he listened. I don't know if he was listening to the program at the time, but he took 17 shots on Saturday. Unfortunately, he was 5 of 17. Now, what's interesting about this is what the Warriors did to defend Domas and the DHO. What they did was they dropped Kevon Looney back. They sagged him back deep, underneath the free throw line. And they dared Domas to take the 15 to 18-foot jump shot.
Yep.
And if he didn't, and the Kings try to run their DHO action, especially with Kevin Huerter, what the Warriors did was the man off ball on the wing would shoot over and try to, blitz that dribble handoff. And there's a play that you could go find on Twitter where Gary Payton II did this, and he did so good at shooting that gap that Domas didn't even want to pass the ball. He was incredibly uncomfortable. So you get the off-ball blitzing on the shooters coming around like Huerter and others. You've got Looney laying back and saying, hey, man, if you're going to take that 15, 17-footer, be my guest. That leads us to tonight and how the Warriors are going to defend. Will they continue to do what they did on Saturday night? What is the counter from Coach Brown and the coaching staff for the Kings tonight? But the bigger question is whether or not Saturday night was an aberration. Ramie, do you think Saturday was an anomaly for Domas Sabonis?
Yeah, I told you before, I get aberration and aberration mixed up. So let's just use anomaly.
Yes.
One of those is a ghost. One of those means anomaly. So I'm just going to say anomaly. I think that the Warriors can give Domas problems, Nick. We talked about it coming into this series. His numbers this year when Looney and when Draymond Green are defending him. And they weren't great. And when both those guys are on the floor, they can cause some problems for him. I think that's something that can consistently happen. As much as we saw in Game 1 on Saturday, I don't know that they can consistently give him that much trouble, but yeah, I think they can keep on giving them problems. I do think that Domas could have been a little bit. He shot as many shots as we talked about him shooting the other day. But
yeah, I love 17 shots.
He was just a little hesitant, man.
Yeah.
There was a couple times he could have had more shots because they were daring him the way they were sagging back Kevin Looney. And in some of those situations, they were daring him. They were saying, take that shot. And there were some times where he either passed it up or other times where he just seemed unsure about taking it. And you and I both know how important confidence can be when that basketball leaves your hand, Nick. He's not a bad shooter. He's not a great shooter, but he's not a bad shooter in that 15 to 18-foot range. If they're going to give it to you, pop it. You know what I mean? And especially if there's nobody else open, go ahead and pop that thing. You don't have to. I don't want to see him being hesitant like that. But I think more importantly, they're going to have to find ways to force Golden State out of those lineups that give Domas troubles if they want to crack this thing. They're going to have to do more of what we saw in game 1 on Saturday with De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and a little bit of Harrison Barnes attacking the rim and using their athleticism around the basket to give those guys problems, to make Steve Kerr think twice about leaving Looney and Draymond Green out there for big chunks of minutes at a time. I think that's the way that you're going to break this, because they can cause problems. They can give him troubles and throw a wrench in some of the things that they like to do around Domas. So I think you're going to have to force him out of that by doing some other things well and making Steve Kerr uncomfortable.
From Domas's point of view, Cattles and Ramie here live from DOCO, Sactown Sports on this Monday, getting you ready for game 2. From Domas's point of view, you talk about hesitancy and playing with caution and, being indecisive. Make quick decisions, right? Make quick decisions. Know what you're going to do with the ball before you get it. Understand that you might not have that easy DHO to Kevin Huerter in your back pocket. And when you make those decisions, just go. Whether it's you're going to take the 15-footer or you're going to try to test Looney by taking it to the bucket, just try to go through his chest. Try to go through Looney's chest. And
that's another thing he could have done. Get downhill. If he's going to give you that much space to work with, get downhill and go right at him.
Yeah, I thought a couple of times, Domas was, trying to pump fake and get Looney off of his feet. Just treat him like you treated Rudy Gobert. Like if you can finish at the rim against Rudy Gobert, you can finish at the rim against Looney. So I would like to see more decisiveness early in these possessions from Domas. I agree with you, Ramie, about the athletes getting to the rim. Look, the way that the Warriors are going to defend this, they're going to give something up too. And so if they're going to have Looney sag back, and Looney's not great at the rim defending and blocking shots, then take advantage of that, utilize your athleticism, and then force Looney into his, uncomfort zones, so to speak, right? Make him, uncomfortable and force the action. And I thought they did some of that in the second half. They went more pick and roll with De'Aaron Fox. They went more pick and roll with Malik Monk. I think if the Warriors come out tonight with the same game plan, I think you'll see more of that. You'll see Fox handling it a little bit more. You'll see Monk handling it a little bit more. And even Davion Mitchell, who is a terrific athlete, running more pick and roll and getting to the bucket. And as you said, going downhill. And if that happens, then the game truly begins. Because if that happens and you're getting buckets, because in the fourth quarter, Ramie, the Kings just kept attacking Looney.
Yeah.
And it was relentless, and Looney could do nothing about it. If that is what happens tonight, then I think you force the Warriors to go small. And if the Warriors go small, that's when you can eat with Domas down low. That's when you tell him, get down low in that paint. I still want to see deep paint touches, but take advantage of them playing small and use your physicality and use your size to finish at the rim. And then now the Warriors are stuck. What do? What poison do you pick? How do you handle it at that point? Also wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors try to shut down some of these driving lanes. And if they do, that's when you give it back to Domas, and then Domas will have to find the open man. And if you find the open man and you knock down threes, now you really give the Warriors some trouble defensively because, they've gone big. It didn't work. You were able to get out of that with your athleticism. They went small. If you go down to Domas, you take advantage at the hoop with him. That did not work. And then if you try to shut down the driving lanes and Domas keeps his head on a swivel and gets rid of the ball quickly and you go off of him from the free throw line or so, then you're getting wide open looks from three. And you hope that guys like Keegan and Kevin Huerter can make them.
I'd love for them to start making some threes, Nick. That's what those guys do and what makes the Kings so dangerous. But if Golden State is going to keep doing what they're doing, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter with some action towards the hoop, both with the ball and without the ball. Test them around the basket as long as they want to keep Looney and Draymond Green out there for big minutes and cause problems in that DHO and some of the sets that you want to run through Domas.
Now, if Domas is going to be more aggressive and if Domas is going to take it to the bucket, the one thing he has to make sure that he takes care of the basketball. Because, we've seen it, Ramie, and we saw it especially in the Celtics game. We saw it in a couple of other games, the Toronto game. We see Domas at times when he tries to drive in from the free throw line, he tends to get a little loose with it, and guys dig at the basketball. That would be my concern. Is like you want Domas to balance things, right? You want him to toe the line. He has to be aggressive when he sees Looney in front of him and attack Looney. but he also has to be cognizant of the guys around him, the guards and wings around him, who are going to be digging at the basketball. You don't want him turning it over early. He had, 3 or 4 turnovers on Saturday.
Yeah.
So you don't want him to be so aggressive that he's driving into traffic and it becomes an absolute nightmare.
And going back to what we said early on in this discussion, Nick, I think the biggest issue was his hesitancy. You know what I mean? And there were too many times he was standing out beyond the 3-point line or just at the top of the key, and it looked like he just didn't know what he wanted to do with the ball or where to go with it. And one of the first things we heard from Mike Brown in terms of this offense and it working is it's fast moving. And he doesn't want anybody to have the basketball for more than half a second. He wants you to know what you're doing with it before you even get it. And that was not happening. And I told you, they were averaging less than a point per possession on their half-court sets. And that's a big reason why was Domas standing out there at the top of the key, sort of uncertain of what to do with the basketball. That you can't have. Shoot it, pass it, do something with it, but the ball can't stop moving like that.
Yeah, and defensively actually is a bigger concern for me. I still think there are some holes in the pick-and-roll coverage. Domas did okay on Saturday night, but I would expect the Warriors to attack the pick-and-roll defense of the Kings and try to get Domas in space and see if he can continue to hold up. I think that is still a question that is asked in this series and needs to be answered consistently by the Kings. Your thoughts, Game 1 on Saturday night. Your thoughts heading into Game 2. 916-339-1140 is the text line. The phone number is 1-800-920-1140. Of course, you can join us on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We got 71 likes. We're trying to get to 100 by the end of this hour.
That's easy.
You can help us out. Very little effort from you means an awful lot to us. We're live here from
Yoda
DOCO.
up here. Look at Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda back there. Live
Simone's
from DOCO.
back there. I didn't even see Simone. Look at Simone back there. Hi, Simone.
Getting ready for Game 2. If you come on out, swing on by. We're just in front of Punch Bowl Social, and we're up on that raised spot there in DOCO. If you want to see us, we got the big old Sactown Sports tent.
Can't miss us.
Swing on by and say hello. We'd love to meet as many of you as possible. All right, we'll continue with this conversation here. I'll tell you what the biggest factor in the Kings' win on Saturday was in 90 seconds.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
ACR Solar and Home Services is here to help you, just like they helped me. Jason Ross here, and ACR did a great job for my family, bringing their impeccable reputation and great workmanship to keep my family covered with a brand new roof. Now we're comfortable and dry during Sacramento's rainy season, knowing our home's structural integrity is protected. Our value is increased, and the home itself, well, it's looking and functioning at its best. The proof, it's in our roof. Now, you could get this same quality experience with ACR Solar and Home Services. Just go to acrsolar.com now to sign up for a free estimate and see all that they have to offer, not only to protect your home and family during the cold and wet Sacramento weather, but also including premium made-in-the-USA solar electric systems. That's acrsolar.com. ACR Solar and Home Services is bringing us all the highest quality, highest value, and integrity since 1979. Go to acrsolar.com. That's acrsolar.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Jonathan Loftus, longtime listener, first time watching on YouTube. What's up, Jonathan? We appreciate you. Edwin G, noticing Baby Yoda in the house, said he's going to put the Warriors to sleep like a rancor. I don't know what that means.
Can you say that?
A rancor? What is that?
I don't know.
What is a rancor?
I don't know.
R-A-N-C-O-R.
I don't know. I'm going to Google it.
Says Yoda's going to put him to sleep like a rancor.
It's the thing Luke Skywalker fights in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
It's the thing that Luke Skywalker fights.
Okay, I think
See,
I
I'm
know
not a
what you're
big Star Wars guy.
That's a rancor.
Surprised that Simone and Ramie, who are always talking about how big fans they are,
That's like
neither had an idea what the hell that word was.
that's in-depth nerd stuff. That's a
fail.
rancor right there.
Fail, Simone. Fail.
That's some in-depth nerd stuff right there.
4 thumbs down.
Look, that's a rancor.
I can't see your screen. There's too much glare. Oh, he's cute. All right. So the Kings, meanwhile, as we get ready for the game 2, Warriors Kings, we're here at DOCO, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. By the way, only radio brand here at DOCO. Only radio brand here getting you ready for the Sacramento Kings game 2 in the playoffs at the actual site. We do have some other Kings news. So Jason Anderson tweets out, the NBA has released their draft pick slots, and the Kings will have the 24th pick in the draft.
Okay.
So the Kings will have the 24th pick in this year's draft.
You know what's going to be cool for Kings fans?
What's that?
To not care as much about the draft this year.
Not worry about the lottery.
Yeah,
not be concerned about
exactly
where are we going to finish.
Let's go.
Can we get into the top 5?
That's fun, man.
Not
That's
worried
fun.
about that.
Yeah.
By the way, 85 likes. We got 117 people watching. Love it. Keep driving the traffic. Keep getting the word out there. Getting ready for Kings Warriors. YouTube.com. Sactown Sports 1140. Trying to get to those 100 likes before the end of the hour. Ramie, pace. We talked about pace leading into this series. The Warriors, of course, number 1 in pace in the NBA. The Kings were 12th in the league heading into this series, but their half-court pace is tremendous, and we kept talking about it. And we saw it. We saw it on Saturday night, and I thought this was pretty good stuff from Michael Pina of The Ringer. He wrote about the Kings' pace on Saturday. Here's what he wrote. It's hard to analyze game 1 between the Kings and Warriors analytically. It was basketball bliss. Yes, it was. Unreal shot making, back and forth, up and down, in a purely jubilant environment that saw 16 years worth of passion pop off for 2 straight hours. But there are takeaways worth considering and questions worth asking. One question I have about Sacramento is related to its pace. The Kings had the best offense in the NBA, and they played at an absolute blur in game 1. Can they keep it up for an entire series after turning 36.4% of their defensive rebounds into transition opportunities? If you were wondering, during the regular season, that number was 35.1%. It was 36.4 on Saturday. The Kings did lead the league in that percentage there, turning defensive rebounds into transition opportunities. Pina continues, playoff games are supposed to be about half-court execution, patience, and order. The Kings instead turned game 1 into a furious rally. It was one of the most enjoyable and thrilling battles I've watched all season.
And Luke Laux told the G-Man that they were going to play at a pace never seen before in the playoffs, Nick. And we saw that. And we said on Friday that the Kings were going to have to beat them in the half court because the Warriors were one of the few teams in this league that they might run into. And however far this playoff run might go, that's going to try and play faster than you. And that did not play out on Saturday. The Kings half-court offense wasn't working, and it was them playing at a frenetic pace that ended up being one of the differences in that basketball game. And they're going to need that. And honestly, Nick, I talked about, you can call it experience, and it certainly is experience. There's no taking that away from the Golden State Warriors, but it's also miles. And let's see if the Warriors are going to be able to run with the Kings if they're going to play this pace for however long this series might go.
Yeah, and it's not just pace offensively, because remember, if you're going fast on the offensive side, you're also defending the Warriors. And for a guy like De'Aaron, if the pace is that high and De'Aaron is going out in the break over and over and over again, and he's playing at breakneck speed on the offensive side, he also has to cover Steph Curry, and he's got to be running around. And it's just, so it's, the question is whether or not that gas tank is going to be able, running around. The question is whether the gas tank is going to be, there in game if this goes 6, if this goes 7. That's the question. But to me, the reason why the Kings won the game on Saturday, we talk about offensive rebounds and second chance point. It all goes hand in hand with dominating the paint.
Yes, sir.
And I thought the Kings were dominant in the paint. I mentioned this last week multiple times. to me, the absolute biggest advantage that the Kings offense has over the Warriors offense is that they're more versatile, that they can score at 3 levels. They can shoot the 3, they can shoot the mid-range, but they can also attack the bucket. They can get into that paint. And the Warriors, they were, one of the worst teams in paint points all year long. That's not their game. Their game is threes. They took 50 threes in game 1. So if there was an advantage that the Kings had coming into this game when you talk offense versus offense, it was attacking that paint. It was beating them at the bucket. And that's what happened, Ramie. The Kings had 60 points in the paint on Saturday. 60. That's ridiculous. To go along with 17 offensive rebounds. Monk and Fox, those 2 guys alone, they combined for 26 free throws. If you've got Monk and Fox getting to the free throw line that much, if you have the Kings attacking downhill, if you have this team scoring 60 points in the paint, they have a tremendous opportunity of beating Golden State in this series. Keep doing it. Do not relent, and force the Warriors to change the way they play. At least that's what I would be preaching if I were Coach Brown.
We said that this is one of the few teams they should be able to beat in the paint. That's not an advantage that they often have. Usually that's one of the first things you can point to in the box score after a loss is that they get outscored, if not manhandled in the paint in a particular game. That's something that they can do all series long, Nick, is outscore them in the paint, and that'll go a long way towards bringing this series home eventually.
And look, if they're going to collapse, Luan Lundang on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I would absolutely anticipate the Warriors adjusting and trying to close down those driving lanes and trying to be a little bit more aggressive with their pickup points on the pick and roll, try to get through those picks, fight through those screens a little bit more. I would imagine that you'll see Andrew Wiggins more tonight. I would imagine that Gary Payton, the second, might play more tonight. I would expect that, but that's when you've got to try to take advantage with Domas. That's when you've got to get the ball in the paint. That's when you've got to go to Harrison Barnes, and Harrison has to drive and attack. If you have Monk and you've got Fox and you've got HB and even Kevin Huerter, who has proven to be able to get to the bucket and score on 3 levels, you have multiple guys. I don't think the Warriors can shut down all of your athletic, guys that can get to the rim. I don't think that would be the situation. That would be the case. So continue to force the action. And if they do try to close those lanes down, then find Domas, find the right open man, and hopefully you make some of those shots. That's the difference, though. The difference is that the Kings, again, they have the versatility to say, okay, we can try to attack you at the bucket. If you adjust, guess what? We're going to take you from 3. Guess what? If you try to adjust to that, we're going to take you to the mid-range, and then we're going to take you to the bucket again. They have that versatility where the Warriors, we know what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have people that they can throw it down in the paint and say, go to work. The guys that drive to the basket, pretty much you got Wiggins. That's the guy who's going to take it to the bucket. And Kuminga didn't play a lot of minutes at all in game 1 because Wiggins is back. So they don't have the guys. They don't have 3, 4, 5 guys that can attack the bucket. That's not the way they play.
Golden State has more depth, but you bring up a good point, Nick, in that a lot of that depth can kind of be redundant. You know what I mean? Where the Kings, they have a lot. They're a little bit more versatile and have more of an arsenal, more of a pocket knife of guys that they can go to with the little bit of depth that they do have. And Mike Brown can change up the style or the way that he wants to beat you. Steve Kerr doesn't necessarily have that at his disposal.
If you've got Monk taking 8, 9, 10 free throws, you've got Fox taking 9, 10 free throws, I feel good about what this offense is doing. I honestly do. Gerard says, brothers, grab me a shirt. Stuck in Oklahoma working wildfires after waiting 16 years.
Oh, no.
Man. Oh, man.
I didn't even know there were wildfires in Oklahoma right now.
Can a brother get a damn break? He says that the Sharks in the Cup stuck in Canada, 49ers in Super Bowl. He was in Australia.
Jeez.
No luck. No luck at all. Our poor guy, Gerard. No luck whatsoever. Oh, here comes somebody who doesn't follow me on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I got a beef for you.
Why you always got to start stuff with people right away? Right away.
We're going to start something right now.
What's up,
Brendan Nunez swinging by.
Does he follow me? That's important.
He's going to join us to talk about Game 2 coming up next.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A lot of clouds in the area tonight. We will stay dry, but there will be some mountain snow. During the day tomorrow, look for partly cloudy skies with highs in the low to mid 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Plumbing, electrical, heating and air, everything that makes your home your home. With Bonnie, you sure got that covered. And right now, get your air conditioner tuned up for just $79. Originally $129. Bonnie.com.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with Auto Trader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on Auto Trader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
Depression, anxiety, and trauma can happen to anyone. You aren't alone. 1 in 5 of us will have a mental health issue in our lifetime. And just like other illnesses, people who get support and treatment find healing and hope. Check in with someone you're worried about. And if you're feeling pain, ask for help. There's no shame in taking care of yourself or the people you care about. Be there for someone who's hurting, even if that someone is you. Learn more at StopStigmaSacramento.org.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A,
Chris Young,
Brett Eldridge,
and so many more.
plus a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $80. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort, Hanley's Western Wear, and Quick Hot Car Wash.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fastener's Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on DeWalt power tools and much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fastener's Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly specials, including up to 50% off select hand tools, accessories, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a DeWalt bag, a DeWalt impact driver, or the newest DeWalt tools at the lowest prices, Fastener's Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fastener's Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take all that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, No realtor commissions. Go to bridgehavenhomes.com. That's bridgehavenhomes.com.
Ace fans need Friday night plans? Well, we got you covered. Get 4 tickets and parking for any Friday night game starting at just $49 with the Friday 4-pack presented by Chevrolet. Save big and enjoy great matchups, post-game fireworks and drone shows, giveaways, and more this 2023 season.
He drills one to right, way back, and no doubt, and that quickly the A's have taken the lead. Second deck.
Friday night tickets are available at athletics.com/value. That's athletics.com/value.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs.
No rest for the wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
I would say one of my favorite songs, but Ramie would be all over me.
I mean,
by the way,
you can just add it to the list of your favorite songs.
Brendan Nunez is joining us here from King's Herald. He explicitly told me to mention his King's Pulse podcast. So there you go. I was going to get on Brendan for not following me, right? Not following me on Twitter. I followed him right away when I came here to Sacramento. He can't bother to be following me. But then, Brendan, you're going to get a pass. Because then during the break,
I was hoping you'd bring this up.
Ramie sends Simone to go get him coffee.
I did not send Simone anywhere.
Simone said, quote, Ramie's sending me to go get coffee.
Simone is misrepresenting me, which I expect from Nick. I expect from Jay. You know what I mean? But Simone, I don't expect that from Simone. She said she had to get something from her car. I don't know where her car is, so I said, are you going towards Starbucks? She said, no, but I can get you something. Is that me sending Simone? Is that me ordering Simone around, treating her like,
I don't believe
like an
any of this.
intern? That's exactly how it went down. That is exactly how it went down.
I don't believe
But just like every other situation
You
here
got
on
video?
the Cattles and Ramie
You got
show,
video?
Ramie's being misrepresented once again.
Ramie talking third person. All right, Brendan, let's get to this game.
Ramie's
now.
upset.
Enough of his nonsense.
Ramie's upset. Ramie doesn't appreciate being misrepresented. All right?
All right, let's talk about this. We've been mentioning this now throughout the whole show. Defending Domas. Looney sagging back, right? Second half, Kings responded by running pick and roll with Fox and Monk. What do you think the Warriors do tonight to start this game against Domas? Same thing or change it up?
I think you see a lot of the same thing. I think that, as you pointed out, that was a big adjustment for Sacramento in that second half. Is like, all right, if you're going to play that big so far off of Domas, and he struggles to be able to get downhill himself and like just go through Looney. Looney is an amazing defender that I think is kind of overlooked in all of this. But if that big's going to be that far down, when Domas gets in a two-man game with a guard, it's so easy for that guard to get some downhill momentum. I think we saw that a lot with Malik. We saw that with De'Aaron. So I'm expecting them to defend him the same way since it was working well for them. And we'll see how he's able to respond. I still think that he made a really good impact in that game, though, on the glass and setting guys up, even if not traditional assists, but kind of screen assists.
Do you think the Warriors look at some of the things that the Kings did well when they took away some of those actions off of Domas? Like De'Aaron Fox shooting, hitting 4 threes, even though he was not a great three-point shooter this year. You had Malik Monk going for 32 off the bench. Do you think the Warriors look at that and go, if that's how you're going to beat us, that's how you're going to beat us. We're going to keep doing the same thing.
I think there's definitely an aspect of that, like the 4 of 8 specifically from De'Aaron. I think he started 0 of 3 and then hit 4 of his next 5 and hit big ones down the stretch of that game that if I'm Golden State, I think you just live with that. I think that they could clean up some of the defense on Malik Monk. I think specifically just keeping him off the foul line when he's getting 14 free throw attempts, I think is something that is more so, I mean, credit to Malik, but also something that they can clean up rather than, that won't happen again sort of thing. So I do think that De'Aaron 3-point shooting, yes, but I do think there's other things that they need to clean up, specifically keeping Malik off the line and limiting offensive rebounds. 17 for Sacramento was kind of the game right there.
Yep.
Yeah, 20-plus second chance points. Brendan Nunez is with us here from Kings Herald. We're live from DOCO, getting ready for Game 2 tonight. Kings, Warriors, Cattles, and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Brendan, if you're the Kings, a lot of people walk away from that game and say, well, Clay and Steph shot 39% from 3. I think the Warriors will take that. But the other guy shot 5 of 22. Did you think the Kings did a good enough job defending the 3, or do you think they got away with some things and the Warriors missed some open shots, namely, Wiggins at the end of the game?
Yeah, Wiggins missed a couple even outside of just that big one, right, in that fourth quarter. I think it's a combination of both. I think it was an emphasis, obviously, for Sacramento to defend the 3. Mike Brown said at practice yesterday he thought they did a good job of that, but there were some open ones for Golden State. Like, this is below their typical conversion rate. You mentioned the 2 Splash Brothers did well, but like a quiet day from Jordan Poole and just a handful of these other guys, I think you probably should expect them to hit more shots than that. I mean, they were first in 3-point attempts, and I think they ended second in 3-point percentage in the regular season. This team does so much of their work from beyond the arc and wins and loses a lot of games based on how many go down, and that's – I don't think you're going to see 32% that often.
If they're going to keep committing and successfully committing to taking away the dribble handoff, how does Mike Brown get Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter going?
I think that those guys need to, specifically Kevin Huerter, because he has the ability to put the ball on the floor. I think trying to use that gravity to just make plays for others. We've seen Kevin be really good at finishing at the rim throughout the course of this season, even a mid-range, and good at setting other guys up. So I think that's kind of what you're just being forced into when you're seeing multiple bodies as a Kevin Huerter, as a Keegan Murray coming off of those screens and dribble handoffs, that you got to be able to counter from there. Sometimes it's like just those 3s aren't going to be able to be there. They had some maybe on the weak side catch and shoots that could go down tonight, and I would expect them to, at least get one apiece at very least. But I think Kevin is equipped to sort of use that to make plays for others, but it's going to be interesting to see if Keegan's able to bounce back, because his ability to put the ball on the floor and make decisions for others, I think, is still a question mark at this point in his career.
Brendan Nunez is with us from the Kings Herald. He's on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Does Wiggins start tonight for the Warriors?
I don't know. If they feel comfortable with his minutes, sure. I think that if he is able to ramp up even more, that he far and away is the best option for defending De'Aaron Fox. So I'm going to go with yes. I think that he looked good in that first game, and far and away best option for De'Aaron. Dante couldn't really guard him. Draymond couldn't guard him in switches. I think Kuminga did okay, but has his offensive shortcomings. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much Wiggins is able to play tonight.
If they light that beam right there tonight, Brendan, if they light that beam, is this series over?
Well, it's definitely not over, but I will gladly say on record that if they win tonight, I think they win the series. It's a big task to take this game, though. Golden State is notorious for winning road games throughout this historic run that they've had, and it would take a lot. I think that they played well yesterday, but they did, in a way, steal it, just doing all the little dirty work.
Sure.
There were a lot of these offensive rebounds Golden State was kind of standing around watching, and I'm expecting a big effort from them in this one. I think if Sacramento wins this, they win the series, but that's a tall task.
Brendan Nunez, thanks for joining us.
Did he follow you on Twitter?
You told me not to.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If I have to share with you that you don't follow me on Twitter, then it's a pity follow. I don't want a pity follow.
He doesn't follow me either. Get a pity follow, both of you.
Nick, is it? But sometime, man, because this is your job, and I'll speak on this. This is what you do, right? You are on Twitter quite a bit.
I feel like I'm going to get blindsided.
No. I'm just going to ask you. Sometimes people don't notice it because of all the algorithms and all that type of stuff.
How dare you not notice me, Brendan?
I bet Nick, that's exactly what happened, by the way. I bet Nick Cattles is all over Brendan Nunez's timeline. So he thinks he follows you, but he doesn't.
That's exactly, yeah.
Right.
So you guys understand.
That happens.
Yeah.
I understand being misrepresented, Brendan. So I'm not offended you.
I heard.
Yeah.
Insufferable. Brendan Nunez, Kings Pulse Pod does a great job. Kings Herald as well. on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Brendan, thank you, man. We appreciate you, and I'll see you inside.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brendan.
There goes Brendan. We'll continue to talk about Game 2 of this series, Kings Warriors, out here at DOCO Live, getting you ready. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. We also got some overreactions to get to since it's Monday. We'll do that next.
Yes, sir.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install the new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Quick Quack Car Wash is a proud partner of the Sacramento Kings and congratulates them on making the playoffs. To celebrate, Quick Quack is giving you the chance to win a free year of car washes. That's right, get your ride washed anytime you want for an entire year for free. Just text KHTK to 41284. That's KHTK to 41284 for your chance to win. Quick Quack Car Wash, where you can wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy fast service in under 3 minutes.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. One intriguing player to watch this year would be A's rookie center fielder Esteury Ruiz. Now, he's gotten off to a good start. He reached base safely in 9 of the first 10 games, and he can really impact the game on the bases. In fact, Mark Kotsay calls him the most exciting base stealer the A's have had since Ricky Henderson. Well, last year in the minor leagues, Ruiz stole 85 bases.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years. during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Truck season savings extended at Maida Chevy in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Got a huge selection of new 2022 and 23 half-ton Silverados in stock, ready to go. Find your savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads. One brings Macloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
All right, before we get to any overreactions, I want to talk about the E-word. The E-word was all over the joint last week. Everybody we talked to, E-word, right? Experience, 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 experience. Well, experience, how'd that work out on Saturday night? You would figure a team that has more experience, they would close the game out, right? Ramie, on Saturday, I got this from the Kings Twitter. On Saturday, the last 15 minutes of that game, the Kings outscored the Warriors 50-37. They held Golden State to 40% from the field, 33% from three. They beat the Warriors on the glass 18-8. And meanwhile, the Kings in the final 15 minutes, remember, Fox's first playoff game, Monk's first playoff game. The only three guys that have been there is Domas, and you got HB, obviously, with his experience, and Kevin Huerter with the Hawks. Everybody else has not been there before, defending champions, all that. The Kings in the final 15 minutes of the game on Saturday shot 57% from the field and 72% from three-point land.
Wow.
So we talk about experience, experience, experience. Well, on Saturday, that meant nothing. The big question is now we start looking at the adjustments, and then that experience comes into play. And how do the Kings adjust, and how do they deal with what the Warriors are going to try to do to them? But in the first game, experience, I didn't see much of it, man.
Didn't matter much at all.
I saw De'Aaron Fox walk into his first playoff game and own that thing.
He looked plenty experienced.
So anyway, by the way, there's a conversation going on with
YouTubers.
I just caught this. Are you a flats or a drums guy?
I could go either way, but I'll take. Yeah, I guess if I had to pick one, flats.
Simone. Oh, hold on. We're gonna make sure that Simone's on cracking.
Oh, flats all day, every day.
Flats or drums?
Drums.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 2 versus 2.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
All red.
I'm happy either way.
Wings, flats or drums?
Oh,
what'd he say?
neither. You don't eat no chicken?
Greg,
Okay.
flats or drums?
Chicken wing, flats or drums?
We're taking a survey right now.
Thank you.
He said what, drums?
Drums.
Oh, that's
with
my
3-2.
guy.
That's
Yeah,
it. He
come
broke
on
the
now.
tie.
Yeah.
He broke the
You guys
tie.
are so whack.
Oh, whack.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They're both good.
Let's
You know
get to
what I mean?
let's get to
Splitting
some
hairs.
let's get to some Monday overreactions here
Now I want some wings.
on this Monday. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports, live at DOCO. Hello to the YouTube world. By the way, we asked YouTube if we can break the 100 likes by the end of the second hour. We're at 113. Let's try to get it to 150 now. Live at DOCO on this beautiful day. When the sun's out, it's gorgeous. When the sun is not out, it gets a little windy. But it's overall really nice out if you're coming here to Golden One to watch this game tonight. Maybe you're just coming by to hang out at all these places around here at DOCO. Cattles and Ramie with you up until 5:30. Then, of course, we've got game night, pregame, game, and postgame here on Sactown Sports. And Chris Watkins is also doing, I want to point this out, Chris is doing a postgame on the YouTube channel. So every time the game gets over, Chris Watkins will be doing the postgame on our YouTube channel. You can check that out, Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube at youtube.com. All right, let's do some overreactions. Here's my first overreaction, Ramie. The Nets and 76ers are going to go 7 games.
7
It's gonna be a
games.
7-game series between the Philadelphia 76ers and Brooklyn Nets.
That would be wild.
Hey, man. Hey, man, they're doubling Embiid. Philly's not going to shoot from 3 like they shot on Saturday. That's not going to happen. You see Harden at the rim, by the way?
Yes.
He looks like he's 75 years old. Look at the step back threes were on point.
Yep.
But if you swallow him up at the 3-point, he cannot. His athleticism is done,
Mm-hmm.
gone, shot. He was 1 for 8 at the rim on Saturday.
Yeah.
Too many strip clubs, man.
and the wings.
Too many lemon pepper wings.
The lemon pepper wings are really.
That's why
really
he wants
good.
to go back to Houston. He's like, you know what? Athletically, I'm shot. I'm just going to go back to Houston. I want to hang out at the clubs. Enough of this.
My overreaction is going in the other direction, Nick. Lakers are going to sweep the Grizzlies.
Ooh.
Might not lose in the playoffs.
I mean,
That's not bad.
You know, the only question.
Ja might not be playing the rest of the series.
The only question we might need to ask is who's the NBA Finals MVP, Rui Hachimura or Austin Reeves?
Hey,
that might be the only question left to ask in the NBA playoffs this year, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you notice as soon as JJ was ripping Austin Reeves, ever since then, Austin Reeves is out of his
Man's
mind.
been going off.
He had like 14 points in the fourth quarter. He didn't miss a shot.
Yeah.
LeBron talked to him, and he just straightened right up.
Oh,
it was
listen.
crazy. Stop.
Don't give LeBron too much credit. You're going to give LeBron credit for Austin Reeves playing good?
He told him something, and it straightened him up.
Told him something.
So LeBron gets credit for Austin Reeves carrying LeBron. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just making sure. All right.
I'm quadrupling what you're going to say. I'm saying there's going to be 4 sweeps in the first round.
Ooh.
I believe the Hawks, Minnesota will be swept. I believe the Warriors. No, I'm not going to say the Warriors. I believe Minnesota will be swept. I think Boston will sweep. I believe the Lakers are going to sweep. I don't see Minnesota. If Ja's hurt, he's done. It's over. Minnesota's done. They're already banged up. Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks is not going to carry it. Desmond Bain's not going to carry it. And then the fourth one is a coin flip. Someone's going to get swept, but I'm going for it. 4 sweeps and 4 out of 8.
I'll tell you what.
4 out of 8.
The T-Wolves look like
they're
crap
done
against Denver.
Yeah,
Cooked.
70 points.
Awful.
70 points.
They looked awful. Absolutely awful.
My overreaction, not that hard of a pull here. My phone almost exploded when I went to game 1. I'm not sure if you guys saw the footage from that. I think that my overreaction today is that my phone is actually going to explode. It's going to be so loud in Golden One Center, and that's my takeaway for today.
That video that you had was
intense,
that went
right?
Viral. It went viral. I saw
did.
400 plus likes.
Yeah.
Simone on the map. Watch out.
Yep.
400
Simone
likes.
says
I didn't see
radio.
this video. I'm going to have to go watch
Holler
it
at
on the
me.
break.
Simone says radio.
All right.
How'd I miss that?
Here's another overreaction. And remember, this is an overreaction. The Celtics are going to sweep the Hawks. It's not going to happen. Too much of it. I'm hearing too much of it. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, shot variance from Atlanta on Saturday.
Really?
They missed a lot of open shots. And you saw what happened in that second half. The Celtics play with their food. This is not going to be a sweep.
Really?
This is not going to be a sweep.
You don't think it's going to be a sweep?
The Hawks are getting at least one. The Hawks get at least one in this series.
I could see Trae Young going on a heater.
Little game
you know what I
3
mean?
action.
I could see him taking one. Maybe not a sweep. The Suns are cooked. Right? The Suns are done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That was a nice little experiment that they had there in Phoenix.
Totally.
That was cool, but that's over. Do you see that Kevin Durant has had 30 straight 7 straight games where he scored 30 points or more and they lost?
Yeah, it's devastating.
7 straight playoff games. He scored 30 or more and they lost.
Ramie says KD trade, one of the worst trades in NBA history.
The KD curse is what it is.
Stick a
He'll
fork in him.
never win a playoff game ever again.
Stick a fork in him.
The KD curse is real.
That's unbelievable. Suns are cooked.
It's overreaction Monday.
Suns are cooked. Yes, it is. It's overreaction Monday. By the way, I want to make sure I do this.
Yes.
To get this read in because I might get in trouble with the
Obligations.
bosses.
Absolutely.
So I got to tell you, the first round playoff coverage, Ramie, on Sactown Sports
Is brought to you by who?
National Garage Door.
Hey.
National Garage Door. Quality doors. Quality people, Simone.
That's right.
By the
That's
way,
right, baby.
I don't want to say too much here.
Yes.
But Simone categorically denies your side of the story.
That's exactly what
about
happened.
her getting coffee.
You
Simone,
sent
just-
me to
I'ma
go get
tell you.
coffee.
Simone, is this not how the conversation went down? You said I have to go get something from my car. I said, is your car towards Starbucks?
And I said no.
You said no, but I can get you something. I said that would be great. Is that not how that went down, Simone?
Something like
All
that.
right. then. Thank you very
A
much.
little fib.
Thank you very much.
So you
Appreciate it.
got Simone to give in.
See? And
Going
anyways,
the
Starbucks.
opposite way to go get you coffee, and it was closed.
And it was closed anyways. But I
It
appreciate
was closed.
It was
You know what?
closed.
It's the thought that counts.
They don't want any of this hoopla right now.
It's in the middle of the day on a Monday. Yeah, how is
What do you mean?
Starbucks closed?
I would
They
think you.
closed at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Why?
because it's going to get crazy.
Wouldn't you,
I would
hold
think
on.
you'd want that business.
Yeah, if you own a business, don't you want
That's what I think, Nick.
things to be crazy and to get as many people through the door as
Starbucks
possible?
has enough money,
And
apparently.
then people are coming in asking for free waters and
Then you tell
using
them
the
no.
bathroom.
Listen.
I don't think legally you can tell people, no, I can't give you a water.
No, you walk into my business, you got to buy something. I'm not gonna give you water. I'm going to give you water and let you go to the bathroom. What is this?
Is there a bathroom we can use around here?
Yes, I'll tell you
Thank
off
you,
air.
Simone. I
Of
appreciate
course.
it. I gotta pee. I'm sorry.
Up next, I'm sure everybody's happy that you shared that. Up next, what is our level of concern over Keegan and Kevin Herter?
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Thinking that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
And brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Ed Singh, a mental performance consultant, years ago revealed the 5 biggest mental mistakes we golfers make. First, we think about our thinking. Even the best golfers have insecure thinking, but they don't concern themselves when those thoughts arise. Second, we blame external sources for our feelings. Rather than let a missed putt or tough weather affect us, we need to get more in control. Third, we believe that positive thoughts are better than negative thoughts. You'll think, well, I'm playing great, and then things begin to spiral down. Stay cool and always come back to the shot at hand. 4, we focus on the past or future. We can only experience what we focus on at the moment. So if focused on the past or future, you can't experience flow, satisfaction, or the present. Last, the zone is our true nature. Look at kids who are always in the moment with no strategy to get there. As my friend Paul says, putt like a child. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A,
Chris Young,
Brett Eldridge,
And so many more.
plus a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $80. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort, Hanley's Western Wear, and Quick Pack Car Wash.
Great team, great team. Where's the defense? Defense! Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? when it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in radio land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Progressive presents Precious Moments.
Yeah, I caught my first fish, Dad. Great job, buddy. He's a beauty.
Thanks for taking me fishing. Love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
The exchange you just heard didn't actually happen, but it could. Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive, and you could use the savings to make sure the boat's always ready for those magical father-son moments. Who knows, maybe someday he'll actually like fishing. So keep the dream alive and the savings coming with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs.
No rest for the wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
We'll get to Herder and Keegan Murray in a minute here. Cattles and Ramie live from DOCO, Sactown Sports, getting you ready for game a dose of the series tonight. Warriors, Kings. I'm going to the game. We'll be heading to the game tonight. I'll be part of the media. And David Neal chats in the youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Don't get carried away on Kiss Cam, Nick. I'll be fine. The wife's not here. The wife is safely at home. It's a solo mission tonight.
Have you ever been on the Kiss Cam?
Yeah, man. So the first game I ever came to, the first Kings game I was at, they put us on Kiss Cam, and Kelly attacked me.
She what?
She attacked me. Very aggressive. She was incredibly aggressive. And I was here for like 2-3 weeks. And at that time, don't forget, I was the boss. So all the people that I was in charge of all saw me on a Kiss Cam. My wife attacking me. It got serious for a minute.
It got serious
for a minute. Got serious. So solo mission tonight.
Did it almost turn into more than a Kiss Cam?
I don't want to get into those details, Mom. We'll try to keep it PG here. Cave Darmichael on the. That guy loves you, huh?
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Did he come from Milwaukee? Would you fly him in? What the hell's going on with that guy?
He's just fired up for the game. He was doing some Ric Flair woo.
Ramie, woo! I love you, Ramie.
Ready for game 2.
Cave Darmichael on YouTube.
Great.
If you're going to the bathroom, Ramie, grab me a coffee.
They didn't have any. They weren't giving out wine over there though. Free glasses of wine in the lobby.
Every time we do a show from here, they got to put me like 50 feet away from the place.
The beer tent.
The beer tent.
Yeah.
The bar. It's a bad idea. All right, so let's get to Herder and Keegan Murray, Ramie.
There's so many good dogs out here.
Not great on Saturday.
Sorry.
Herder, Keegan, Herder 6 points, 3 for 12 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. He did have 5 rebounds. Keegan had 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Here was Keegan earlier today talking about those struggles and what he's going to do tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times this year where I've gone through slumps or whatever you want to call it, and I know that I'm confident in myself and my abilities, and my team is too, so I'm not going to shy away from any moment.
Not going to shy away from any moment. So before we get to Herder, I want to split these into 2. Okay, Ramie? I'll ask you first. Concern level about Keegan in this series after Saturday night?
1 to 10, 10 being the most concerned.
Sure.
A 3 or a 4. I'm not too concerned. It's one game. You know what I mean? If we have 2 or, if 3 games, we're definitely concerned, right? If he has 3 games where he's mostly silent, I think then we're really worried. But even being a rookie, I'm not going to hit the panic button after just one bad game, Nick. He's not looked like a rookie throughout the season. I don't expect the playoffs to get the best of him. I just think that the Warriors threw a lot at him and the Kings as a whole that sort of stymied what he does for the Kings. You know what I mean? And the game plan. I thought it was more stopping the game plan than it was stopping Keegan Murray necessarily.
So I'm a little more concerned about Keegan than you are. Again, I wouldn't go like to a 6 or a 7 or anything, but I do have some questions. If you remember correctly, on the record, I had said that I had Keegan averaging less than 10 points a game in this series.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think there are some matchups that are difficult for Keegan. I think Wiggins is difficult. I think Kuminga is difficult. I think GP the second is difficult. I think those guys can bother Keegan offensively, and especially if they're defending the DHO as well as they did on Saturday, I don't know how Keegan consistently is going to score points. Now, look, they might not defend it as well as they did on Saturday, and Keegan might get a little more aggressive and take it to the bucket, and, hey, maybe he gets some buckets in transition. But I think, defensively, some pretty tough matchups for Keegan in this series. And on the other side, I would also say the reason why Keegan did not play much on Saturday night was because of his defense. Now, I loved Keegan's rookie season, okay? And I believe Keegan has a ceiling to be a multiple-time All-Star. But Keegan's defense on Saturday was terrible. And that's not hyperbolic. It was terrible. His rotations were terrible. He looked like he was completely unprepared. I don't know if it was like the rookie in his first playoff game. Maybe the moment got to him a little, Ramie. But defensively, if Keegan gives you what he gave you on Saturday defensively, I don't know if he's going to play more than 15 minutes a night.
He only had 16 in game 1. I think some of that, though, was Mike Brown trying to find what works, and Malik Monk was hot. And that's where a lot of Keegan Murray's minutes went, was to Malik Monk. When you look at the minutes off the bench, he and I think Mike Brown looked at it and saw that Keegan Murray was the weakest link in that game, and that's where the minutes were to be had for Malik Monk. I have as much confidence in Mike Brown as anything, Nick, that he won't continue to let Keegan Murray go out there and get exposed the way that he was exposed by the Warriors' defensive game plan. Mike Brown will find ways to get Keegan Murray and get Keegan Murray loose and get him going in this series at some point.
All right, Kevin Herder, Cattles and Ramie here, Sactown Sports in front of DOCO, hanging out. What are your thoughts about Herder? How concerned? More or less concerned about Herder than you are about Keegan?
Less, just on the veteran factor. This is a guy who not only has been in this league for a minute, but he's one of the few guys on this Kings team with playoff experience, having made the Eastern Conference Finals run with the Hawks back in 2021. Again, I just think that was the Warriors doing a lot to throw a wrench into the Kings' game plan and centered around the three-point shot and Keegan Murray and Kevin Herder at the three-point line. We talked about it earlier. I think at some point in this series, Steve Kerr is going to have to change what he's doing if the Kings can continue to exploit that two big lineup with Looney and Draymond Green out there. And I think that's when you'll start to see both of these guys get loose and put up some more points as you're going to have to change the way that you put points on the board and beat this Warriors team as Steve Kerr counters what the Kings have done to this point. For that to happen, though, you need to be as effective in beating that two big lineup as you were in game 1. You have to keep on doing those things well and force Steve Kerr's hand to change what he's doing.
I'm less concerned about Herder than I am Keegan. First of all, he's been here before, right?
Yes.
We've seen him in big games. He had that big Game 7 a couple of years back for the Hawks. So, we've seen him produce in a playoff atmosphere. But I think when you talk about Herter versus Keegan, Herter has the ability to score at all three levels consistently if he wants to. I don't think Keegan's there just yet. We've seen development in his game. We all have to be patient. He's a rookie. But I think when you look at Herter has proven he can knock down threes. He's good from the mid-range, and he also can attack the bucket. And so I think Herter has more ways offensively to produce than Keegan does. So I think he'll find ways, starting with tonight, to score a little bit more and be better on the offensive end.
Brendan Nunez brought it up. He has more an ability to put the ball on the floor and find his own shot than Keegan Murray does. And I think he's going to have to do some of that as long as the Warriors are throwing at the Kings what they threw at him in Game 1.
I'm also interested to see, if you've got Looney sagging off, is Herter going to take advantage of that? There's things that you can do. If you're going to play, here's the thing. The way that the Warriors were playing the DHO on Saturday night, that does open them up to certain things defensively. One of those things is kind of just slipping those screens. Will we see more backdoor cuts? Will we see the Kings slipping screens tonight? So, instead of, just curling around and getting the handoff from Domas, you go the opposite way because the Warriors are overreacting to that action. They're being super aggressive to that action. So you use that aggressiveness against them. And I think you could see some of that from Herter. And I'm more confident of Herter being able to, do that and get to the bucket or knock down the mid-range shot than I am in Keegan as of right now. Again, Keegan is developing, and hopefully he gets there. But I think Herter will be better tonight. I don't know how long of a leash Keegan has tonight, honestly. I don't know how much Coach Brown's going to mess. If Keegan is not with it defensively early in this game, I don't know how long Coach Brown will hang with him.
Especially if he's not giving you anything on the offensive side, too.
Especially if you're sitting there saying to yourself, well, we got Monk that we can throw in there. We got Davion that we can throw in there. Terrence Davis is a heck of an athlete. If you just want to go athletic, then that's another way you can go. And you pull Keegan, and then you put another athletic guard or wing out there along with Fox and Monk. And now you can attack on different levels. So it's all going to be fascinating. That's the back and forth, the tit for tat, the game of chess that we see these two teams playing. And Game 2 getting closer and closer and closer. As Sarah Phillips put up in the YouTube chat, the closer it gets, the more nervous I'm getting.
The more cowbells that are out here.
Oh yeah, people are starting to congregate here at DOCO.
Clankety clank
The next 30, 45 minutes, I think, are going to get pretty wild.
Yes,
the Cattles and Ramie here live from DOCO, getting you ready for Game 2 tonight. Warriors and Kings. I see Frankie Cardicelli over there.
See him talking to his fans.
I guess we got to bring him on.
He's got admirers, man.
Well,
again,
I don't know how much he paid them to make it look like he's popular. I think he slipped the kid in the Fox jersey, the taller one. I think he slipped him with 20.
Cardicelli heads is what we call those.
He's like, just talk to me, make me look popular out here.
Cardicelli cats.
Cardicelli cats.
The cadets.
All right, we'll get Frankie C on here coming up in 90 seconds.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first-round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Growing a business brings pressure. It's not easy to maintain momentum and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. Their scalable HR solutions help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving my employees competitive benefit options. When my people are able to thrive, my business can adapt and prosper. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive, Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
I guess they're first on the floor for a loose ball, right?
Oh, yeah. Hustle points.
You all right? You want to talk about this?
Sure.
So, people telling me I need Kings gear. I said I need Kings gear that fits. Earl Bottom says you're 100 feet from the team store, but I'm doing a radio show. You can't just run over and get a shirt.
I got the hat on. Are people complaining we don't have the gear?
No, not you. Me.
Oh, okay.
Me.
Yeah.
Strictly me.
Yeah, Nick doesn't.
I told you the hat looks awful on me. And the shirt they got, doesn't fit great.
You said you got a weird shaped head for hats,
I do,
right?
I do.
I
went to the store yesterday. I tried like 2 or 3 different hats.
Can you tell just by looking at a hat before putting it on if it'll fit your weird head?
Most of the time.
Yes.
But yesterday I got pump faked on 2 hats. Wow. Yeah, I was out shopping with Kelly, and I was like, all right, let's get a hat. Under Armour and a Nike hat. I tried them on, both of them on. It just didn't look good. I'm very particular about the hats, man. Very particular.
You particular?
Hi, Frankie.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hi, Frankie.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Frankie is kind of sort of on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. All right, Frankie, we were just talking about Kevin Huerter or Keegan Murray. If you had to pick one of the two, which one would you be more concerned with after game 1?
I don't know. I don't want to sit on the fence and say neither. I just think that Golden State's game plan was really to take away the Kings' three-point shooting. They're a top 10 three-point team, and they successfully did that. But the Kings beat them in other ways. I mean, they ran a lot of pick and roll with Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, and De'Aaron Fox. And I think that both players didn't really get – I mean, I will say Keegan Murray got some good looks, and they went in and out. I think that was something that a couple guys in the media scrum today were pointing out. They were good looks, just didn't fall. So I'm not really concerned about either of them. I think tonight, if we see the same thing and we're seeing open looks and they aren't falling, I'll be a little concerned then. But I think that the game plan for the Warriors is going to change a little bit when you see De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk combining for 70. It might free up guys like Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter.
Can Keegan play minutes if he plays defense like he did on Saturday?
No, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
No, I mean the Kings have some concerns they got to work through there, and I think that it was interesting to see Kessler Edwards didn't get any run. Maybe tonight they go to him, especially if someone like Klay Thompson's getting hot. I think Kessler's a perfect player on the bench to roll out there for something like that.
Domas' indecisiveness when he got the ball, especially top of the key, just outside the three-point line there, that really seemed to slow down the half-court sets. Did you think that was a big problem in the Kings' offense on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, he looked uncomfortable. I think, and give credit to Kevon Looney, I think the number one conversation among the very toxic interactions between Kings fans and Warriors fans was that Domantas Sabonis was in for a rough night when Kevon Looney's on him. And hey, give him credit, they were right. I think Domantas Sabonis, he wasn't able to operate in the passing lanes and scoring around the basket. He was 3 of 13 when defended by Looney. That's like a 23% clip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think obviously tonight that's also something I'm looking for. I think I wrote today what I'm looking for is can Domantas Sabonis be productive on one of those ends? Can he either score more in the paint or can he distribute? Because the Kings are the best when he is distributing the basketball. He was 7 assists per game. 2 assists in 4 turnovers, something that he hasn't done this year, and the Kings really look different on the offense because of that, because you can't rely on De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk giving you 70 every night. You just can't.
Frankie, we saw how they were defending Domas. They had Looney sagging underneath the free throw line. They were blitzing some of those DHO actions with off-ball defenders. Gary Payton II did a fantastic job blitzing and getting in the way to the point where Domas was uncomfortable, even in the dribble handoff action. And we saw more pick and roll in the second half from the Kings because of that. What do you think the next level is now? How do these teams adjust? Do you think the Warriors come out and defend Domas the same way they did the other night? Or are they concerned by the pick and roll action? And do they kind of respond and maybe go small in certain stretches?
Well, I think I would not be surprised to see Andrew Wiggins start tonight.
I agree with you.
I think that's a start. I think he defended Fox very well. That was the worst that Fox did offensively was when Wiggins was on. I think he was 2 of 9. That'd be a start. I think what was going on with Sabonis is working. But if you have to start doubling Fox, that's where some holes could pop up. And I think the Warriors would like to not have to double Fox. When you double anybody, that's where holes pop up in defenses. So I'm looking to see how Wiggins does on Fox. Then I think Sabonis, obviously, the physicality was there. I think that he did have some good looks over Looney. They just didn't fall. I'm not sure how much I like those, though, on a consistent basis. I'd like to see, obviously, him find those shooters on the perimeter, but it all kind of depends on what's going on with Fox. Fox is the head of a snake, and if Wiggins is shutting them down, that's where other people have to step up.
Do you think Mike Brown changes a lot in terms of his road? You talked about Keegan Murray, and if he's not playing defense, obviously, might not be out on the floor a lot. Do you think other than that, we see Mike Brown change a lot about what he does with his rotations?
I don't think so. I don't think not unless it really gets to a point where Kevin Huerter or Malik Monk are getting absolutely eviscerated by Klay Thompson if he's on a heater. That's where I could see someone, Kessler Edwards, having to roll out there. But Mike Brown seems to stick with his rotation. Alex Len was impactful the other night. That was great to see, and he was the defensive player of the game. He got the chain. So.
That surprised the hell out of me that Len got out there. I didn't even think he played in the series.
I didn't think he'd be playing
minutes.
either,
Well, that was like another topic of conversation was how deep will the Kings go? Will it be 8-man?
Yeah.
And Mike Brown came out in practice and said, no, we're going the same thing, 9-10. And I think that has to do with the Kings' speed, too. They get out and they run, and everybody likes to move, and they want to tire teams out.
But Alex Len isn't the guy that you run out there to tire. Do you think that was to put some physicality out there and try and slow them down?
Yeah, I think physicality for sure. You match physicality. I mean, the Kevon Looney aspect of things, I think Kings fans underestimate him a little bit, too. I think that the Warriors fans were in the right on that one. Kevon Looney is a defensive guy. Nick, I'm sure you got a good taste of him last year in the NBA Finals. I think he had a game. Was it in the Finals last year? He had like a 20-rebound game. I
don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we won't talk about it. Yeah, I think Len is there to match the physicality for sure.
Cattles and Ramie, Cal Bell, Sactown Sports, 1140 here out at DOCO, getting you ready for Game 2 of Kings Warriors. You know, Frankie, when you look at defensively for the Kings, I thought Domas did a decent job in the pick-and-roll action, especially against Curry. I would imagine the Warriors will try to attack that more and more and more. Can the Kings survive defensively with Domas in space against some of these matchups like Steph Curry? They're going to have to try to find different ways to maybe combat that.
Yeah, I mean, and they did survive it the other night. I mean, I think it was you obviously don't want Curry to go for 50, but if Curry's going for 30, I think he's going to get his 30. And what you saw the other night, I mean, De'Aaron Fox pointed out the Matthew Dellavedova thing where I think it was Jarrett Smith that just said Matthew Dellavedova almost died guarding Steph Curry. And De'Aaron said, yeah, it's real. Like, defending him at that level. And, again, I want to give De'Aaron Fox some credit. He looked very locked in defensively. He did. From the jump.
Yep.
But that's a very, very tiring process to guard him. So if they get to a point where some tired legs need to be relieved, Davion Mitchell's a guy I think did a good job as well. You have to throw whoever you got. And the Kings have a very thin defensive arsenal. They have Davion Mitchell. I think other stoppers, Kessler Edwards is one. But I'd like to see Davion and Fox could continue to guard Steph.
You know, and Mike Brown said that a playoff series is like a game of whack-a-mole. Like when you figure out one problem, another one seems to pop right up. And that's a great analogy. And Steve Kerr, obviously a genius. The Warriors, obviously one of the great teams that's ever been put together. But there's one thing that I don't think they can counter, and that's the dominance on the boards and in the paint when you talk about rebounds and points in the paint. Do you see that as one aspect of this series that the Kings can consistently dominate?
Yeah, and I think it also – Domantas Sabonis, in my opinion, played, I'd say maybe top 3 worst game as a King in Game 1. He's owed 16 rebounds, and I think that the Warriors missed an opportunity to capitalize on that. I don't think Domantas Sabonis is going to be going I think it was 5 of 17 from the field. But the rebounding is still going to be there. I think that he has been able to bring that physicality the Kings have so much. They've needed so much this season. I think that's going to be a consistent problem for the Warriors, keeping him off the glass, unless he's in foul trouble. If Domantas Sabonis gets in foul trouble, that's where the Kings have to get creative, and that's where you see Alex Len come in. Do they go to deeper on the bench and go to Chimezie Metu, who I think per 36 is rebounding pretty well in those spot minutes? But obviously they want to keep Sabonis on the floor. They want him to be more efficient. But the rebounding, we all know he's a rebound champion. You know what he brings every night.
Last one for you, Frankie. And again, Frankie C., of course, joining us, SactownSports.com. He's on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. When all is said and done, as we get ready to head to San Francisco for the night for the game on Thursday night, is this series tied, or do the Kings lead this series 2-0?
I have a good feeling. About it tonight. I think the Kings, they did not bring their best in Game 1. I think that if you watch the Kings this year, I think it was a bad game. You'd say it was a bad game for the Kings. 3-point shooting wasn't there. They were playing, basically it was Fox and Monk versus the Golden State Warriors and Trey Lyles. So I have a good feeling tonight. I think the Kings are a better team in this series, but they have the Warriors have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and you can't sleep on those guys. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling maybe the first time ever the Warriors would fall 0-2 in the Steph Curry era. I did not know that until
series over
today.
If it goes 0-2, 2-0?
I don't think the series is over if it goes 0-2 because the Warriors are very good at Chase Center, but the Kings, best road team in the league. I really like their chances to go 2-0.
All right, Frank Cardicelli, check him out, SactownSports.com. Coming up, the three-point line going to be huge this entire series. We'll talk about that and also some other Game 1 observations. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports live from DOCO, getting you ready for Game 2, Warriors-Kings tonight.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
We were at the game, my wife and I. She is pregnant. When the Kings came out of the tunnel, that was the first time we felt life. And I'm so excited to be able to tell my son that he was at that game.
That's amazing, but listen to me. As a father, I do know this rule. We get to sneak in the middle name. I personally think Keegan Slamson is a wonderful name, but that's just my opinion. I don't think she'll care.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door. When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey guys, Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health to let you know that you don't have to take Viagra for the rest of your life. Acoustic wave therapy has changed the game. Trust me, I've seen guys come in who have completely given up, only to see them back in the game after going through our treatment program. So call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Sacramento, San Mateo, Walnut Creek, and Pleasanton, call 916-829-8273. That's 916-829-8273. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs. Go!
No rest for the wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
So the goal is 150 likes on YouTube. We're at 138, Ramie. We're 12 away. Can we get 12 more likes on that YouTube channel to get us to 150?
I want 200. That's easy.
YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140, Cattles and Ramie, live from DOCO, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube. Live
I
from
think
DOCO.
we do look better in natural light, by the way. Whoever said that earlier was right.
I'm glad that you have officially made that declaration that we look better in natural light.
I look really good.
Oh, man. Swing on by DOCO. Say hello. Hang out. I'd imagine in the next hour this place is going to get really, really busy. More and more people are creeping in. More cowbells being heard. Warriors fans catching that noise from Sacramento Kings fans. It is a sight to behold.
I love how they just booed Warriors fans as they walk through DOCO.
Brian Carticelli. Ramie, let's see that chest.
It's not time yet. I told you, the shirt coming off is a feeling. You know what I mean? It's got to be right.
I don't have that feeling at all.
It's got to be right. This isn't the right time.
Very little of that feeling.
Not right.
I'm glad you say it's not the right time.
I'll let y'all know when it's time. I know the people want it. I understand. I get it. I get it.
Oh, the person wants it. I don't know if people.
We established the other day in the
accurate.
poll, 56% of the people, and at some point in time, they're split on when, but at some point in time, they want to see me go Hulk Hogan and rip this thing off, and it'll probably happen. Let's see. We'll see.
T. Wilder, LM, back home here in Florida from Sacramento, Game 1. It was truly amazing. Thanks for watching and listening, T. Wilder. We appreciate you. A few things here, Ramie, I want to get to, but first, I do have to do some business for the lovely people back at the building. Make sure we're doing this. First round playoff coverage on Sactown Sports brought to you by National Garage Door. National Garage Door, quality doors, quality people. A couple things here. Do you think the Warriors start Wiggins tonight?
Yeah, they probably do. But I just don't know, Nick, that even if they start him, if you're going to see a whole lot more of Andrew Wiggins, I don't think you can just throw him out there for his regular complement of minutes in Game 2 after he didn't play for a whole month. I mean, we're talking about finely tuned athletes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could be wrong about that. Maybe Andrew Wiggins is ready to go and is back to game shape, but I just can't imagine seeing a lot more of Andrew Wiggins. When we see him, situationally, when we see him might change, but I wouldn't imagine that we're going to see a lot more of him.
Well, there was that tweet yesterday saying that Steve Kerr canceled practice and Curry and Klay Thompson ended up meeting with the coaching staff, meeting with Steve Kerr, and that they were talking about tweaks to the rotation, maybe things they can do differently. I think Wiggins will start tonight. I think he'll be in the starting lineup, and I think they will throw Wiggins on De'Aaron Fox as much as humanly possible in this game. I think if Wiggins can get matched up with D. Fox every possession, the Warriors will take that. Not to say that, Wiggins will shut Fox down, but Wiggins, out of all the defenders the Warriors have, by far did the best job against Fox on Saturday night, and I think the Warriors will try to get that matchup more often. I also think that, the Warriors, we've talked a little bit about it, Ramie, they're desperate for that athleticism on both ends.
Sure.
And they need more athleticism. And if they're not comfortable going with Kuminga, which obviously they weren't necessarily comfortable with going to him on Saturday with Wiggins coming back, I think they want that athleticism from Wiggins more on the floor. And, what I would say is if Wiggins does start, then that should open up some opportunities for other guys, right? I mean, Monk and Herter and, Domas, if the Warriors go small and they take Looney out of the game, then you have to, adjust and respond to that. So
that's what I'm really curious about, Nick, is if they do go small for significant chunks of this game, does Domas take advantage of that? Does he exploit that? And we see the guy that we saw for the 82 game. I didn't think about it until Frankie said it, but that was probably top 3 worst games that Domas had in game 1, and you still got out with the W.
Yeah, so. he was not great offensively. I don't think you can expect him to be very good defensively in this series because of the matchups. You need him to produce on the offensive side, and we'll see if he can do that tonight better than he did on Saturday night. Meanwhile, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports here on a Monday. The three-point line, Ramie, we talked about this, the preview of the series. I had said limit the Warriors under 30%. If you could keep them to like 37% or less from the three-point line, you feel good. If you shoot 38% or better from the three-point line, you should feel good. On Saturday, the Warriors shot 32% from three, 16 of 50. Looking at how you won this game and that you escaped Wiggins a wide open three in the corner, the fact you won that game, it was a tight game. I don't think you can expect the Warriors to shoot 32% from three again.
No, and especially, Nick,
and if they do, the series is over.
Yeah, but there was at least a handful of shots, and the Wiggins corner three was probably the most glaring one, but there was 4 or 5 shots over the course of that game where the ball's usually falling. Klay Thompson said after the game that he likes his chances of the ball falling in a little bit more if he gets the type of shots he got in game 1, and I agree with him. You need to tighten that up a little bit on the three-point line. I don't think you're going to get, as people hate this word, lucky as you got in game 1 in terms of how often the ball was falling through the hoop on some of those open shots that you were giving them. Not that team.
Curry,
give them those
the interesting thing is Curry and Thompson, they shot 39% from three, so they weren't bad. I mean, they shot a combined 39% from three. What really hurt them were the other guys. I mean, the other Warriors in the game on Saturday shot 5 of 22. And you shoot 5 of 22 from three. Wiggins was 1 for 8. I mean, that's what hurt them. That's what really, really hurt them. But on the other end, you could say, hey, look, the Kings shot, the Kings shot 37.5% from three, and that was with Herter and Murray shooting a combined 0 of 8 from three-point land. So, I think after watching, if you watch Saturday, which pretty much everybody did, obviously, if you watched Saturday and you come into this game, you have the feeling of like both teams could play better. It's just how much better can each team play, right? Like the other shooting 5 of 22 from three outside of Steph and Klay, you would say, well, you can't expect Wiggins to shoot 1 of 8 from three again tonight. But then you have Keegan and you have Kevin Herter, and, they shot a combined 0 of 8. I'll stand by what I said all last week, and I'll say it again right now. The versatility of this offense for the Kings is what makes them, I think, a better offense than the Warriors. And, they don't have to live by the three. They've done it plenty of times this year, and it's worked. They're a top 10 three-point shooting team. But the Warriors, that is their plan, Ramie. They're going to take threes, man. They're going to take 45, 50 threes like they did on Saturday. And it's just whether or not can you keep them at a respectable level.
I admire your focus and your dedication right now, Nick Cattles, for everything that you just said. But This is madness out here. Like, we got a whole, cavalcade of cowbells here off to our left. There's one dude who's like the head of the pep rally over here.
Well,
in his Kings jacket.
I'm gonna call somebody out.
Sure.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's KCRA, isn't it?
Is it TV?
Here's the problem. KCRA is killing us. They keep taking B-roll of these guys, ringing their bells right next to us. Take it down a little.
They could have picked a better spot.
Did you not
but
get
not only that, there's a man, and Simone is talking to him right now, right in front of us, Nick, who's literally dressed like a king.
Yes.
Like from a playing card.
Fact.
Like he is dressed like a king off of a playing card. Right now. Like the whole garb. It's authentic. Those are fine silks that this man is wearing. Golden ropes. A crown, an actual crown that this man is wearing. Look at that head of hair. A purple cape, man. The guy has a purple cape.
KCRA is killing me. KCRA is killing me. This guy's been doing a stand-up for 30 minutes. In a minute is going to make the air.
How many shots do they need of him?
They got these people ringing bells. I'm already getting a headache.
Are you going to make it through the game tonight?
I don't think so, man. I'm going to end up with a migraine. Right behind us. Anyway, we're at 149 likes. Let's get to 150, and then we'll start to talk about 200.
Let's get to 200.
Let's start with 150, and then we'll go from there. Let's
Okay.
go. I'm going to try not to tackle the guy from KCRA during the break. I don't like the chances. I'm going to take him out soon. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. This is going to go bad. I'm going to get arrested.
Don't do that.
Going to have to finish the show.
Not on work
A
hours.
fist fight with KCRA. They're partners, too.
I really don't know how many shots they need of this guy.
They had enough.
They've
They've had enough. I mean, these people are going to be all over the news like Simone was the night that clinched the playoffs.
We had to know, though. We had to know it was going to be madness out here, right? I'm not surprised.
I'm okay with it.
I
if
love
it's
the
like
madness.
natural. This is being egged on by the crew.
This is, yeah. It is a little bit.
Not happy about that at all. Anyway, enough about that. An NBA star confronts a fan at halftime. That and more is coming up.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
We could use all kinds of puns like, are you able to spring into action when the moment is right? But it's a pretty serious problem for any guy who isn't ready. When there's trouble in the bedroom, Pacific Men's Clinic can help. Go to the clinic that specializes in one thing, making your love life the best it can be by solving the problem at its source. Pacific Men's Clinic's non-invasive procedure. It's safe and pain-free. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course is Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Players love Bartley Kavanaugh's fun design and great mixture of holes. Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. Bartley Kavanaugh offers a great pro shop, help planning your tournament or wedding, and a relaxing outdoor veranda for a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyKavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Spring officially here. And with the long, cold, and rainy winter behind us, I'm sure you're counting the days until summer. But don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioner is working efficiently and, most importantly, safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from American Energy Heat and Air. There's nothing worse than your air conditioner going out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today and make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call, 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Easy, convenient payment options, same as cash, low monthly payments through financing partners. What do you need? 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda
Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company Zone 1 report.
Quick Quack Car Wash is a proud partner of the Sacramento Kings and congratulates them on making the playoffs. To celebrate, Quick Quack is giving you the chance to win a free year of car washes. That's right. Get your ride washed anytime you want for an entire year for free. Just text KHTK to 41284. That's KHTK to 41284 for your chance to win. Quick Quack Car Wash, where you can wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy fast service in under 3 minutes.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Yeah. 155 likes. Can we get to 200 by the end of the show?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, the show ends at like 5:30 tonight. We got 45 minutes.
Light work.
45 likes in 45 minutes. A like a minute. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. By the way, Bobby of the promo team brings out these rally towels and all hell breaks loose around us.
Free stuff, man.
Free stuff,
Free
man.
stuff.
Everybody's just ready for them rally towels. Can't wait.
I love free stuff. If it's free, it's me. Give me 3.
No truer words have ever been spoken. Ramie Makloff he's always looking for deals.
I will not deny it.
The king of the deal.
I'm shameless.
The king of the deal.
Yes.
By the way, Russell Westbrook apparently confronted a fan at halftime during the Clippers-Suns game. Here is some of the audio. It's not the greatest audio, but I think you can make out what's happening here. Here is Westbrook walking up on a fan at halftime over the weekend.
Watch him out. Take it like a man. Watch him out. Watch him out. Straight like that. Watch him out.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. So people might be wondering, like, what is Westbrook doing? Like, did he leave the floor area and go upstairs to a suite? Well, there was a tweet from a photographer who apparently has worked a decent amount in Arizona and stuff. And his Twitter handle is Savagey. I don't know what his real name is, but he tweeted out Russell was not in the wrong. This photographer was actually right by the incident. He said he's in the white hat behind Westbrook in the video. He said the guy that was going back and forth with Westbrook had the liquid courage. And if you're wondering where the area is and how Westbrook got to this specific area to go back and forth with the fan, Savagey tweeted out, this area is basically a lounge for certain ticket holders that players can take a shortcut through to the court. So you know how, like, nowadays you see Dallas AT&T, you can walk through and there's like it's not the old school tunnel. It's like they could walk through an area and there are actually fans lined up. Right? So that's kind of, I guess this is a lounge area where if you pay a certain amount of money, you can get tickets and the players can take this shortcut that goes through the lounge area.
Which is cool. Like, I've experienced this doing what we do for a living. I've had the luxury of sitting in an area like that once or twice, Nick. It's a very cool thing. You know what I mean? You see the guys walk through, little kids line up. They give them high fives while they run out to the arena. Why you would have access to the visiting team is beyond me. Like, you're just asking for this kind of trouble and this type of nonsense when you have access to the visiting team in a lounge area like that. I've never seen that. I've seen it for the home team. I've never seen it for the road team that fans in their lounge area would have access to heckle and harass the visiting team. That seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I would hope that you don't have that access as an away team. But also, let's just say it, man. You know, we've talked about this before. Fans that think they can say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do to players because they have a ticket, and especially in an area like this, costs a little bit extra money to be in the lounge. The guy, he obviously, according to people that were around, had a little bit too much to drink, too much of the sauce. He starts getting loud. Westbrook comes at him. You know, look, Westbrook's not going to get into a fist fight at halftime, but you just taking liberties. We see it too often now. Like, we got to settle down with this. Players, look, Westbrook could walk up and punch in the face, bro. Like, if you get into a fight, it is what it is. If you verbally get after him, if you stand in front of him and you're willing to engage, He can knock you out. Just because he's an NBA player doesn't mean anything. And it's on film, it's on video. Yeah, but if you're in his face and you're going back and forth, and if you want to engage, it doesn't matter what he does for a living. You're at that point two individuals that are about to throw down.
And we're all human, and this is easier said than done. But with guys like that, and I can tell just by that clip what kind of guy that is. And with guys like that, the worst thing you can do is give him the attention. You know what I mean? That guy, you just made that guy's going around showing people that tweet or that Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's proud of that moment. Oh, look, I got under Russ's skin. You know, you just made him famous is all you did right there, which is exactly what he was going for, Nick. The best thing you can do. And again, easier said than done. We're all human. We all have lines that if people cross, you react. The best thing that he can do, though, and anybody can do in that type of situation, it's the same as Twitter trolls, man. They're just out here for attention. Daddy didn't hug him enough when they were growing up. I don't know what the issue is, but the worst thing you can do is give them that attention that they're craving and trying to get.
Yeah, and look, on the YouTube says, they can say what they want. They can also get kicked out or banned. Russ was wrong as the professional. Number one, I didn't say they can't say. Of course they could say whatever they want. It's a free country. But if you cross a certain line, the player thinks you're crossing a line.
Called being a decent human being.
But if you cross the line to the player's opinion, the player has all the right in the world to come back at you. Russell didn't come in there and kick him or punch him or do it. He didn't get physical. He told the dude, watch your mouth. And if you say something that offends a player, that player has just as much right to come back at you verbally and say, why don't you shut up? So I have absolutely zero issue with the situation. All right, let's get to the Western Conference playoffs. Aside from, of course, Kings Warriors, some big takeaways. Ramie, Lakers beat the Grizzlies. Obviously, the big takeaway from this game is that Ja Morant injured his hand. It looks like he is very unlikely to play Game 2. And who knows if he actually plays at all the rest of this series.
And it was, third quarter that Anthony Davis went down, or was it right before halftime Anthony Davis went down? Everybody went, here is what nobody's rooting for it or hoping for it, but you kind of were wondering when it would start to fall apart for the Lakers, Nick, with their injury history and age and everything else. He came back. Rui Hachimura looked like an all-star. Austin Reeves was doing awesome. Dude, LeBron barely did anything in the fourth quarter, and they still took down the Grizzlies.
I was going to say LeBron, he looked all 38 years old in this game, and his foot isn't right. He doesn't look right. Defensively, zero effort. But even offensively, very, very passive. I don't think he's feeling great right now. Clippers beat the Suns. Here's something that just absolutely stuns me. So Kevin Durant did not take a single shot in the fourth quarter from 6 minutes and 49 seconds to a minute 25. This Suns offense went more than 5 minutes in the fourth quarter without getting a shot for KD. That's inexcusable. And it's inexcusable coaching by Monty Williams. Like, at some point, you got to call timeout, draw up a play for Kevin Durant and say, this is why we traded for this dude. We can't be going 5+ minutes in a fourth quarter without having him take
I wouldn't think
shot.
you even have to drop a play for guys to find Kevin Durant and get the ball in his hands. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's crazy to me.
Kevin freaking Durant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But is Kawhi Leonard the best player in that series?
Well, I was just going to say, Killer Kawhi was back. And look, I've been saying this all season long. A healthy Kawhi is still a very, very dangerous man. And I know he hasn't been healthy consistently, but when this dude is healthy, he is really good at basketball.
Yeah, he is.
And, over the weekend in that game, 38-5. He shot 13 of 24 from the floor. He played 42 minutes, so he's obviously feeling really good. Westbrook shot terribly, but he had a bunch of big plays towards the end of this game. He had a bunch of offensive rebounds. He got extra possessions time and time again for the Clippers. So they win. They're up 1-0 in that series. And then finally, look, the Nuggets just steamrolled the T-Wolves. That Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns experiment continues to be an experiment.
Yeah, they're going to keep on steamrolling the T-Wolves. I don't think that's going to be very much of a series, Nick. I think I said 5 at the most is how far that series would go, and we saw why. They're just mismatched. I don't think that they have what it takes to keep up with that Nuggets team. It's getting wild out here.
I was going to say, it's fixing to get loud, my man.
You know what I'm seeing a lot about here is cowboy hats. Could you pull off a cowboy hat? We were talking about how only certain hats
I think
fit
I
your
would look
head.
so dumb with a cowboy hat on my head. I would look like an idiot. I would try it, but I feel like I'd look like an idiot. By the way, KNCI, Country in the Park. Head to Sactown Sports right now.
Speaking of cowboy hats,
where you can buy your tickets for KNCI's Jiffy Lube Country in the Park on May 5th and 6th at the Cal Expo. Again, SactownSports.com for those tickets. The cowbells are alive and well, my friend. It is fixing to get a little bit bananas here at DOCO. He's Ramie, I'm Cattles. We are going to predict what happens tonight coming up next.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Is there anything more boring than marathon coverage? There's like 1,000 people running, and there's like the one guy that like sprints.
Yeah, I'm going to win.
Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, he's like 90th. Show that. In fact, what they should do, they should show marathon coverage and NASCAR coverage simultaneously. And when the marathon is 10 minutes into marathoning, go to the NASCAR. And then after 10 minutes of NASCAR, go back to the marathon.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
And brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Growing a business brings pressure. Staying compliant and retaining top talent in challenging times. You feel stretched thin. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Engaged people empowered to be their best means overcoming obstacles. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Zero down with approved credit. The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly specials, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a new pack-out box, woodworking equipment, or a Milwaukee Impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. The 2023 NBA playoffs tipped off Saturday, and here in the capital city, Sacramento had themselves a night.
They hung on as the Warriors fought their way back, and Sacramento gets the victory. The final score is 126-123. And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
If you showed out on Saturday for Game 1, be sure to check out SactownSports.com. We just dropped the latest fan cam from the weekend, and you might be in it.
Welcome to Sacramento playoffs.
No rest for the Wicked. Sacramento once again will host the Golden State Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 in this playoff series tonight at Golden One Center. The Cattles and Ramie crew are on deck at DOCO, broadcasting live all afternoon right up until game night coverage jumping off at 5:30, and G-Man on the call for tip-off slated for 7. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Nate Littlefield, let's send it out to Cattles and Ramie live outside of Golden One Center.
Did you miss the headline and the top story of the day?
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Don't worry, because we got you covered.
This is how we do.
It's the Cattles and Ramie
Top Spot.
All right, we're going to switch it up here. We're live here at DOCO, Cattles and Ramie with you, getting you ready for Warriors Kings Game 2. If you can't tell, the crowd is getting hyped. The crowd got even more hyped when Drake came walking over.
That's what that is.
We
That's
got
the Kyle
people-
Draper effect
Yeah,
right
we got
there.
people taking selfies. with Drake.
Man's famous.
You know, these are my people right here.
Yes, they are.
I never experienced this kind of love when I was in Boston. I was in Boston for 11 years. We went to the playoffs, 10 of them. My third year here in Sacramento, this crowd, this vibe, oh man, this is it, man. This is it.
It is absolutely electric here at DOCO. It's fantastic. Kyle, of course, on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. All right, Drapes, let's start with De'Aaron Fox on Saturday night. There was some questions about whether or not he'd be, quote-unquote, ready for NBA playoff basketball. He certainly looked ready to me.
Yeah, he answered it. And you know, what impressed me the most, guys, you remember Steph Curry hits the corner three. Fox answers right back with his own three. When you look at the numbers and the impact, De'Aaron Fox was the best player on that court. 15 points in the fourth quarter to Steph Curry's 13. And all this talk about jitters, first shot at the playoffs, all that, that's out the window now. Now it's basketball, and we see our guys can handle the prime time, the bright lights, the national TV, the Hall of Famers. The boys can handle it.
Yeah.
Now let's see if they can get one tonight.
Did you think jitters played a part in Keegan Murray's playoff debut and a lackluster one at that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let's be honest. He's a rookie, you know, played at Iowa, but it's nothing like what we saw in game one. Think about that. To be a rookie, your first playoff game, and to have, you know, this kind of atmosphere. And that's encouraging to me because Keegan didn't shoot well, Herter didn't shoot well. That was not a game the Kings were supposed to win. When you look at all the numbers and everything, that was a Warriors win, and the Kings stole it there in the second half.
Kyle Draper with us here at DOCO, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Speaking of that, Kyle, you know, you look at that game, I was saying this earlier, you know, you look at Saturday night and you could have an argument, as you just had, the Kings could have played better. You know, if you look, I think Warriors fans and some Warriors could say the same thing. Like, hey, man, we shot like 32% from three. Which team do you think has more room to improve game 2 tonight?
Well, I think it's Sacramento because here's the thing. Steph Curry had an unbelievable performance. Andrew Wiggins, he's coming back, but he played pretty well, actually. Yeah. I know he missed a wide-open three late. Klay Thompson hit shots. I don't know how much better the Warriors can play as a team offensively. Defensively, what they did to Domantas Sabonis, holding them to 5 for 17, only 2 assists.
Yeah.
Their game plan worked.
Yeah.
But the Kings still found a way to win. And if I'm a Warriors coach or a player, that might concern me just a little bit because I can't imagine Keegan continuing to struggle from the field. Kevin Huerter. Malik won't get 32, but that's the beauty of this Kings team. He doesn't have to if Kevin Huerter's hitting on all cylinders.
Right. Can they keep doing that to Domantas Sabonis, what we saw on Saturday?
Nah, I don't think so. I think Domas missed some easy ones that he normally makes. I'd like to see him get to the line a little more, draw some contact. And I don't think so because what happens is Domas didn't get going offensively. The shooters weren't hitting. And so, the Warriors didn't have to make any adjustments. They didn't have to pick their poison. Now, if Huerter is starting to hit, if Keegan's starting to hit, now you leave Domas on an island one-on-one, and hopefully he should feast on that.
Kyle Draper with us here. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Let me look at this crowd. Let me look at this crowd. Man, and you know what's so beautiful?
There's a beam here. There's a beam here. There's a human beam.
There's a beam. Hold on. Can I take the camera?
Yo, I got to get a picture with the
here,
beam.
ladies and gentlemen.
The best part of this, fellas, I don't see many Warriors fans at all. They didn't make the trip. They couldn't get in the building, and that's lovely.
It's so true. I mean, Foxy mentioned that, after the game on Saturday. He said, look, I expected more Warriors fans here, and Kings fans showed out. Kings fans absolutely 100% showed out on Saturday, and it looks like the same to be the case tonight because I agree with you, Kyle. There are just a ton of Kings fans definitely outnumbering the Warriors fans. Back to the game. Tonight, do you expect Steve Kerr to start Andrew Wiggins?
I think so because when you look at Wiggins, what he does not only offensively but defensively as well, he's a great two-way player. And I just think, honestly, I thought the Kings had trouble with him. And if Wiggins is playing at a high level, this Warriors team is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
But, I always thought that the matchup to watch in this series is Malik Monk, Jordan Poole. If Monk gets the better of Jordan Poole, and we'll see if he plays tonight, I think the Kings can win this series, and I think they will win this series.
It seems like you brought up Malik Monk, and he got to the free throw line. De'Aaron Fox got to the free throw line. But it seems like you're going to have to be real aggressive attacking the basket to get the calls from the referees in this series.
Yeah.
They're swallowing the whistle for much of that game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we saw that play where Draymond Green just sat on Domantas Sabonis, and late in the game, and no foul call. And so our boys got a taste of what playoff basketball is like. I like the fact that we went to the free throw line. I don't expect Malik Monk to get there 14 times again. And so, it'll be interesting how tightly this is called. But if it is called tightly, I think that favors Sacramento. We're the more aggressive team when it comes to going to the basket.
Yep.
Warriors are a three-point shooting team. They're a finesse team. And with Sabonis being physical down low, I think it helps us out.
Kyle Draper on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline with us here. Just a few more for you, Kyle. I'm going to get a head back in soon to do the whole TV deal. But I want to ask you about Draymond. We saw some of the antics late in the game. We saw him pull down Domas and stay on him. There's some question whether or not he tried to swing at Harrison Barnes late in the game. If things don't go well off the jump tonight for the Warriors, how much are we going to see of that Draymond shenanigan stuff happening? And can the Kings stay focused and stay the course?
No, I think you'll see a lot of it. When you're a wounded animal, when you realize this team is better than you, you start to resort to some of the, tactics that some might call questionable. And the fact that we didn't respond, the Kings didn't respond, Trey Lyles didn't respond. Remember, Draymond tried to clap in his face. Trey Lyles just ignored that. That shows me that this team has the temperament. It sort of reminds me, you guys will remember this, Lakers-Celtics, when the Celtics were getting their butts kicked. And what does Kevin McHale do? He clotheslined Kurt Rambis to try and junk it up, get the Lakers out of character. And the Kings, I think you can expect the Warriors, if they get down early, Draymond to try and junk it up a little bit, add a little physicality to this game.
Dirty stuff aside.
Yeah,
that's a desperate. I don't want to say desperate, but that's a Warriors team that's like you said, a wounded animal right now. They understand a 7-game series and what it means to go down 0-2. Right. They are dangerous in there tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing that this Warriors team, has been able to avoid during this whole stretch is doubt in their minds. Even last year against the Celtics, the way they came back, that was impressive. But if you go down 0-2, something they've never done during their run, you got to imagine, maybe not Steph, maybe not Clay, maybe even not Draymond, but some of the other guys might start to doubt that they can win this series. And if you're Sacramento, you go up 0-2, you maybe win one in game 3 or 4, come back here, try to wrap it up. Man, this place is going to explode.
Last one for you, Kyle. It's the obligatory question as we get ready for this game. Do the Kings get the job done? Are they up 2-0 going back to Chase or going to Chase?
I think so, because here's why. I'll point it out to you very succinctly. They have been the better team all season long. Why do we expect they won't be tonight? They are the better team. I don't know what's going on with the Warriors. I don't know what's been happening with them all season long. They've been an awful road team, worst road team among all the playoff squads, and so I think the Kings get it done tonight.
There he is, Kyle Draper, NBC Sports California. Of course, he's on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Drapes, always great to catch up with you, man. I'll see you inside.
All
Thank
right,
you,
fellas. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Appreciate the time. We got more coming up as we get ready to wrap things up here live from DOCO, Kings Warriors Game 2.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings stunned the Golden State Warriors Saturday night in Game 1.
And let me tell you, if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it through the radio, this place is absolutely nuts.
The Kings look to go up 2-0 tonight on the defending champion Warriors. Get the most extensive Kings coverage with Cattles and Ramie live from the Golden One Center at 2 p.m. and tip-off at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports first round coverage is brought to you by National Garage Door. Doors fit for a king.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since the 1950s, Warehouse Paint has been helping local homeowners and professionals bring color to life. Whether it's painting your home's exterior, repainting kitchen cabinets, or finding the perfect accent color, Warehouse Paint's expert team is here to help. You'll find a great selection of PPG and Benjamin Moore paints, along with local service you can trust. With 5 Sacramento area stores, Warehouse Paint is ready to help bring your next paint project to life. Visit warehousepaint.com for a store near you.
Live and local in the afternoon.
Always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
This place is hype, Ramie. This place is hype.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you that right now. DOCO is live, getting ready for Game 2 of Warriors Kings Cattles. Ramie, Sactown Sports.
Wild.
TCG is in the house. Mr. Allred, everything's in the house.
There's still almost 2 hours till tip-off, man. This place is already on control.
The crowd is just getting larger and larger and larger. I can't imagine what it's going to look like.
We got a human beam here.
We do have a human beam.
We have an actual king. There's an actual king in the audience.
I mean, we just got tons of people walking in. And, what we got the chant here? What is this?
Got the Sacramento chant going.
The Sacramento
Remember
chant.
I told you easy chants?
This place is
ba, 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 ba.
Yes, this place is popping. I'm telling you right now.
This is insane.
I'm going to try to do the whole camera thing for the people watching on YouTube. Again, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. I want to show some of this crowd out there that you can see. You can see some of this crowd of cowbells going on. And then I'll switch the other side. See, this place is starting to get pretty packed. Now, imagine another 20 minutes or so. We're going to be full here at DOCO. Again, Thanks for all the likes. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We're up to 171. Does not look like we're going to get to 200, unfortunately, unless we have a massive charge at the end here.
We can do that.
Again, YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us the like if you want to. Sactown Sports giving you this coverage live from DOCO. Only here. Sactown Sports is the only brand that you are going to get what you're getting right now. Hearing the cowbells behind us, feeling the action. It is palpable. This place is going to be rocking tonight, getting ready for Game 2 of Kings and Warriors. Ramie, I mean, this atmosphere has just been terrific. Being a part of this has been terrific, and I'd imagine I'm going to be in the arena tonight. I'm going to be in there, part of the media. But I don't love being part of the media going to games. You're the same way. I like to have some cold beverages and hang out as a fan. But the only way I could get in tonight was via the media, so I'm going to take advantage of that situation. But I can't wait to get in there in the arena tonight. I can't wait to sit there in the G1C and just feel that crowd tonight. It's going to be absolutely electric again.
I'm coming Thursday for the watch party. Not quite the same thing. I bet it'll be pretty electric.
Yeah. We'll be out here too, by the way. We'll be out here for the watch party. So I don't know how, compared to what tonight is, I don't know how it's going to look. But I'd imagine it's still going to be pretty busy. We're up to 183 likes, by the way, if you were wondering, Ramie. We're up to 183.
We can do this.
We're up to 184.
17, we can get 70.
We're now 16 away, 16 likes away. Just give that thumbs up.
We got a human beam out here. You can't give us a like?
Very
you can't
much
give us a thumbs up for a human beam?
Very much appreciated.
That man's looking to get lit tonight. See
So,
what I did there, Nick?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Man's looking to get lit. Simone loved it. Simone was a big fan. All right. Let me ask you this before we get to the Kings Warriors again, Game 2.
Yes, sir.
I did want to ask you this because this has been kind of all over the place today. So John Morant got hurt, driving to the bucket, leaving his feet.
Yes.
And defender tries to take a charge. He hits the floor. Giannis, same thing. Giannis tries to drive to the bucket, leaves his feet. Defender slides over, tries to take the charge, falls, leaves the game. I seen some people, our friend Zach Harper wrote a whole story about this at The Athletic. Ban the charge. Get rid of the charge call. You agree with that?
I don't think you can ban the charge. Zach Harper and John Hollinger, I think. Was it John Hollinger? Somebody else at The Athletic.
202 likes. Can we hear
There we go. See, thank you. John, I think it was John. One of the other Athletic writers wrote an article in defense of the charge and keeping the charge, Nick. And they both made the same point in there, which I think is a compromise, a happy compromise, which is change the charge. In other words, if a guy has already left his feet and the defender is moving, then that's not a charge. Also, moving out the circle, the no foul circle under the rim, maybe move that out a foot. The dimensions of the game, the rules of the game, I think can change. I don't think we need to completely get rid of the charge because a couple of stars got hurt.
Yeah, man, look,
the
it's
first
a
round of the
classic overreaction in 2023. It really is. Like, number one, if you leave your feet like 13 feet away from the bucket, this is part of the risk. If you're willing to leave your feet, you want to try to posterize a couple of guys, well, guess what? One of those guys might try to take a charge, and you might end up going over-under, ass over tea kettle, and fall on your back. Like, that's part of the game. That's part of the risk that you take when you're driving to the bucket and jumping and trying to make a loud dunk. Number two, can we just stop? Can we stop with this, like, offense? I love offense. But we've already done so much to the game to limit the defense. We've already taken certain things out of the mix. You know, the hand-checking stuff and the lack of physicality. The offense already has the upper hand. You're going to take the charge. It's going to look like the All-Star game. It's going to be a layup line.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give the defense a chance to defend somehow, some way. And I think it's nonsense.
Are you okay with tweaking the rule or moving the circle out a little bit?
I mean, if you want, I think it's fine. I think it's too much to be worried about because, as you said, it happened that two superstars got hurt during the playoffs on the same weekend, and it's going to be emphasized and it's going to be, overblown. I don't need any more breaks to the offense. Like, we don't need that in the game. We already have enough, unless you want, 200 to 195 being NBA games.
Right.
Like, we all complained and argued about the All-Star game because it was too offensive and because Nobody wanted to get in the way. It was a layup line. So we want regular season basketball to look like that. Like we want 82 games of that.
If you completely got rid of the charge, it would get absurd. It would be excessive.
We're up to 215 likes, by the way. People at
Love
YouTube,
you people.
Just absolutely tremendous response. We love every single one of you watching this, being involved with this community. Again, Sactown Sports 1140. We keep giving you the content, 6A to 6P, live and local, Monday through Friday. No other places here at DOCO. Getting you ready live like we're getting you ready live. Absolutely love this environment, this atmosphere. Can't wait to get inside. Some of the things I expect, Ramie, tonight. I do think you see Andrew Wiggins start this game. I think the Warriors will start Wiggins. I think you'll see pretty much exclusively Wiggins and Peyton the second defending Fox tonight. I don't think the Warriors are going to mess around and have anybody else trying to defend him after what happened on Saturday.
And good luck with that. The teams have thrown better defenders at De'Aaron Fox, and he just is who he is, Nick. At this point, if there was any question coming into the playoffs, if he could dial up that fourth quarter magic and just be the player that he was for this Kings team all season long, led them to the 3 seed, I think that doubt was erased. And that doesn't scare me too much, throwing Andrew Wiggins at. Those are good defenders, Wiggins and Peyton. You might be able to contain De'Aaron Fox. I don't think you can stop him, and I expect a better Domantas Sabonis tonight. I don't think you can contain that guy to the degree that they did in game 1 for more than one game. I'm expecting a big Domas game here tonight. Be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive, a little bit more decisive when he gets the ball in his hands. And if they give him that cushion, if Looney's going to keep dropping off him the way that he did in game 1, either take those shots, just take them, don't just pop it, don't hesitate, just pop it, or get downhill and attack Looney and get to the free throw line, or just put him on a poster and make him pay for trying to game plan for Domas Sabonis and show him that you can.
Yeah, the tit for tat reaction, right? The chess game that's being played between these two coaches,
Yes,
between Steve Kerr, between Mike Brown. What is that going to look like? I would anticipate Domas being better in this game tonight. I don't know if he's going to score a ton of points tonight. If they're going to defend him the way that they defended him on Saturday, I don't know if you can anticipate Domas giving you 20, 22, 24, 26 points. But I do think as the Warriors defense, adjusts and tries to take away the driving lanes from some of the athletic kings like the Foxes and the Monks and those guys, I do think Domas's decision-making is going to be gigantic tonight. Making decisions quickly, making the right decision, finding the open man. I don't know if the Warriors are going to try to roll Looney out there underneath the free throw line as much as they did on Saturday night. And if they go small, you have to absolutely take advantage of that. And if you attack the rim on Saturday with Looney in the game, if they go small with Draymond Green playing the 5, you attack the bucket even more than you did on Saturday. You get 35, 40 free throws tonight. Monk, Fox, Herter, take it to the bucket at will. Force them to stop you.
If they win this game tonight, Nick Cattles, they're winning the series. I already picked them to win the series, but if they win this game tonight,
I agree.
Series over.
This series, I don't see either team winning 4 out of 5 games.
Nope.
And I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I don't see either of these teams being able to win 4 or 5.
Kings don't lose in bunches. They haven't all year. They don't lose in bunches, Nick. And I don't expect them to start now.
I will tell you this. This is interesting to see how the Warriors are going to react. The Warriors have never been down 2-0 in a series with Steve Kerr as their head coach. It has never happened in the playoffs. They have never had a playoff series that they've been down 2-0 with Steve Kerr as their head coach. If they lose this game tonight and they go down 2-0, what is their response to that? What is their reaction to that? Knowing you've got to come back here 2 times. And really, you've got no leeway, Ramie. If the Kings win tonight, now you can't allow the Kings to beat you once at the Chase Center.
Yep.
If the Kings get you once at Chase, now you're pretty much
we
done.
know this Kings team is one of the best road teams in all of basketball, Nick.
So how does this Warriors team react to a situation if they lose tonight that they have never faced before? They faced a lot of different things. They faced a lot of different situations. They've never been down 2-0. And how do they kind of crawl out of that hole if they get into it is going to be another fascinating point. Keegan Murray's got to play well, especially defensively. if Keegan doesn't play better defensively tonight, I think he's going to get a quick hook. I think Coach Brown's going to pull him quick. He got, 15 minutes on Saturday. If he's not playing better defense tonight, you might see Terrence Davis get in the game. You might see Chimezi Metu get in. I'd have to imagine it's going to be Davis. I would not be surprised by the quick hook. It's been fantastic. I want to thank JJ. I want to thank Simone. I want to thank Bobby out here with the crew as well.
Kings win tonight? Kings win tonight. 124-120. Book it.
There you go.
It's over. It's a wrap.
We're at DOCO Live. Cattles and Ramie. It's been a fantastic day. Game 2 tonight coming up, 5:30, just a few minutes away from game night. Enjoy yourself tonight, and hopefully tomorrow we're talking about 2-zip. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown.
Oh, like that beat, baby.
Crazy. Give up my lap, no looking back. Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip as quick as they can. The atmosphere is now ripped. I'm glad it's night. So the light from the sun would not burn me on my bum when I shoot the moon. High jump the broom like a preemie out the womb. My partner yelling too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some liquor.